Hello.
Hey, how are you doing? Konnichiwa-san, it's Gray from Wakizashi's Teahouse over in Japan. Are you good? Are you genki? That's what I want to hear, not ganky. Are you genki? It's important. Yes, I'm good, thank you. Great to be here. What time is it? 1:30 p.m. Saturday afternoon in the future. We had JJ, YNWA. Ah, you'll never walk alone. I like it. Dropping some waffles earlier. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you may be, whatever you are doing. I hope you're happy. Jacob was here as well. Hey, Gray. Good to see you, mate. Jana Banana, Zo Boners, and Low Spec. How are you? I see the Japanese metal band in Colorado Springs Sunday. Oh my goodness. You're dropping kanji on me. So that's a kanji for flower, and then you've got re, and e is the hiragana. So I don't even know how to read that. Hanareye. I was close. Hanabiye. There we go. Hanabiye. Nice one. Look at low spec. Checking my kanji knowledge. Ah, friends in Colorado Springs, says Jana. Jana? Banana? How are you? What you see is what you get. And I'm enough. This is what I should be saying, isn't it, Copa? I blew it. I blew it with me weird title. WYSIWYG. Do you remember WYSIWYG? I think it's from. I think it's an old computer term. Back in the days when I tried to learn how to be a computer programmer and failed miserably. Mathematics, and grey just don't go together. You are kin of Copa. Zaxx is in the chat. Great to see you, mate. Show me your waffles. Hanabe. Wow, that's difficult. Do you know Hanabi? Hanabi is the Japanese for fireworks, low spec, but I'm sure you know that. And it translates as flower and fire. Fire flower. How cool is that? Fire flowers. So much better than fireworks, I think. What's up, Gray? Finally can catch one of your streams. It's been a while. I saw you recently, mate. I wasn't watching it live because I was at work, but I watched a bit of Roman's Soka. Soka review, the latest episode, which I'm not watching, by the way. Just want to show some support. So good to hear you on that show. Are the waffles something that can be shown on a drawing? I don't know. Thank goodness my wingman is here, Nosferatu the vampire. Look at this big, beefy British bundle of sticks. Nothing beefy about me, although I did have a nice... Oh, it wasn't beef though, was it? A chicken curry, Japanese style. Curry rice, okay. Time for something random. Speaking of curry, check this out. I'm going to start showing some of the things in, Japanese things which are just crazy. This actually says butter chicken curry. So it's a dry, basic, what do you call it? Like a kind of stock which you crumble into the your butter chicken when you're cooking it, and it's got all the magic ingredients already there for you. What do you call these? Like, I know we can get sauces overseas, but can you get like big stock cubes like this? I can't remember. It's been so long since I've been in the UK. Yeah. Oh wait, low spec. Cold flowers or cold spring weather is what it means. Ah, nice. I like that. Look at that. Try reading that when you've had a few sakes. Good grief. It's very tricky, but I like the way they've got pictures. So, if you can't read the kanji like me, at least you've got an idea of how to make it. There we go. It says all you need is some chicken and salad oil, tamanegi, which is onion, a bit of water and some milk. And this, of course. This is not a commercial for a butter chicken. I'm not getting paid for it. Speaking of paid, great to see Salty dropping a super sticker. Look at that. Good evening from Dwayne. Dwayne Muth looking good. Yes, great to see you. I know, I love this t-shirt. It was a gift from a friend from Hawaii. Led Zeppelin. It's probably very unofficial. That's why I love it so much. Yeah, it's a bit tight for me, if you know what I mean. Hey, Salty, you star. How are you doing, mate? I hope you're good. I hope you're genki. Let's have a quick look. What can I play for you? How about this to get us in the mood for some poetry later? Nah, don't worry, I won't be doing that again. I think I lost 30 viewers when I started doing the poetry bit. There were only 12 people watching.
Should pale death with treble dread make the ocean
caves our bed. God, who hears the surges roll, deign to save our suppliant soul. To 4 weeks.
Here's to 4 weeks. 4 weeks of Wakizashi Waffles. That's how long I plan to go on for today. Thanks a million, Salty. Really appreciate it and great to see you. I don't even want to mention it. I'm still watching, you know, WOT. Can't imagine. Where are we? Getting some weird alerts on my phone. I don't know what's going on. Working from 7 to 11 every night. Oh, yeah. If I sing it, I'll probably get taken down. It's like a bullion, says Shield Wall. So, what's going on, everybody? What's new? Shield Wall saying that Japanese curry is really good. Very easy to make at home, much easier than Indian curry, which is also very good. I agree, mate. Growing up in the UK, we had a great selection of Indian and Pakistani curry shops, especially in Manchester. I've mentioned this before, but there's a place in Manchester, there's like a curry mile, they call it. What's the area called? I can't remember. It's like northern area of Manchester, and you just drive in or walk in, and it's curry shop after curry shop. When I say shops, I'm speaking Japanese English, you know, curry restaurants, and they're so good, really good. Here's to 4 weeks, Nosferatu. I haven't got a drink, mate. I'm thinking of you, though. I've got some Mugicha again. When I say Mugicha, I think Shield Wall and maybe Low Spec understand what I mean, but it's the weird barley tea that Japan is so they adore it so much, barley tea. It took me a long time to get used to it. I like a nice iced tea, like a proper kocha, you know, iced tea, black tea, but the barley tea is all right. Yes, I know, it looks like whiskey. I wish it were. Okay, where are we? Do I need a new star? You reminded me to talk about it. Just caught my Usagi Yojimbo review. There is a new issue of Usagi Yojimbo. It's a U, yeah, not you. Usagi. It came out last Wednesday. Stan Sakai, he's been creating Usagi Yojimbo comics for 40 years. How amazing is that? 40 years. Of course, they've not run, you know, concurrently all those years. It's been kind of passed around between different publishers. When I was buying it many years ago, it was, who was it? It was Fantagraphics and then Dark Horse. Dark Horse had it for the longest time, and then they lost it. Well, no, they lost it, but IDW, rest in peace, very soon, I think. IDW bought it off Dark Horse. They were publishing it for a while. They brought out the colour versions, which, yeah, I like them. Some people, some real, would you call them, enthusiasts don't like the colour. They prefer the black and white, but I like it. Check this out. This is a Fantagraphics collection, book 2, and it actually collects Usagi Yojimbo issues 1 to 6, and you'll see a very different style. This is 1987. It was first published. It's got an introduction by Mark Ivanier from 1989. Wow, I was sweet 16. But I think this edition I got was 2002. I got it over here, replaced an old edition I had. Let me show you some of the art. Look at this. The style is so different. Usagi Yojimbo, Samurai, Part 1. Hopefully that's in focus. You can see classic samurai battle there. If anyone remembers or have ever heard of a very old series called The Water Margin, they used to show like kind of samurai duels like that, where you just have the two swordsmen, you know, facing each other off. Like wind would be blowing, you see leaves blowing around, whatever. It might start raining. They'd be staring at each other for what seemed like ages. It could have been seasons, and then suddenly they'll charge at each other, and they pass each other. You know, you don't see the cut or anything. You don't see the killing cut, the killing blow, but then they'll stop, and one of them will drop. So cool. Like, how effective is that? Salty, it's time to make bagels, says Zaxx. And I'm too afraid to highlight Nosferatu's comments just in case. No, I'm joking, mate. I didn't used to jump them in industrial areas of Manchester. I used to run for my life. S&B Golden Curry Cubes, mate. Low spec, yeah. It is a rabbit bodyguard, yeah. Usagi Yojimbo bodyguard. He's actually Miyamoto Usagi is based on Miyamoto Musashi, who wrote the Book of Five Rings, very famous old Japanese samurai or swordsman, and kind of based on him, his life story, but no, not of course, but anthropomorphic animals. Unbelievable, right? And he used to serve, Usagi was serving one of the lords, and they had a big battle. His lord was slain. Usagi managed to rescue his lord's head, and he carried it off somewhere, I think, and maybe took it back, to the whatever the clan's castle. But because the opposing army would display, the slain lord's head for all to see, of course, crazy, back in feudal Japan. So I think after that, after his lord was slain, he decided to stop serving as a soldier for that clan, and then started wandering, as a ronin. So, but yeah, you're right, mate. Usagi Yojimbo is a rabbit bodyguard. That's how it translates. Wow. I told you this is going to be a Wakizashi Waffle episode 2. Do you know what happened last week? It always happens. I didn't get hit for any like clips or music or anything like that, but it was okay for the first maybe 12 hours. Then I went to bed, woke up next morning. This video has been limited as usual. So okay, they've been limited again. They limit it for about 24 hours, and after I ask for a review, it gets passed. Pretty much every time they get passed. I think only one didn't get passed recently. And the first like 24 hours, that's when I get most of my views. So thanks, YouTube. Thanks for like holding those 7 cents off me. Okay. Nos, when grey drinks, the saints weep and flog themselves. The earth shakes, the moon drips. I can't believe I just said that, Salty. You got me to say that. Zaxx was called the Predator of Manchester because he would hunt people and hang them as trophies. Funnily enough, Nos, speaking of that, there was actually a pretty decent Marvel comic last week. It came out. It was Wolverine versus Predator, issue 1. And some good moments in it, but it kind of went back to Logan, to Wolverine's past. We're talking real like long time ago, before after Civil War, I think. He's supposed to have been alive, for so many years because of his healing ability. So they took him back to like the Old West, and there was a predator around about back then, like hunting him. It was pretty cool. And then they go to, not present day, they go to maybe 10 years ago, around the time that Arnie's Predator movie came out, that kind of setting in the jungle somewhere. Similar kind of story with Weapon X, a team. You've got Wolverine, you've got Sabretooth, and a couple more I'm not that sure about, because I'm not clued up on Marvel Comics, but it was good. It was a good kind of, the fight scenes were great. It was a good issue, but a bit too much talking. A bit like me. Hail, awesome one. Good to see you, man. I saw you before in Nick Weiser's chat, after you'd been watching Michael Bancroft. Is that right? How's Bancroft doing? Is he Genki? Is he still on the VB? Okay, where are we? That's right, what you like. And you know what? That's right, was actually very well behaved in my chat. This is behaved. You should see what he's like in other chats. I'm sure you know. Unbelievable. Okay, let's have a look at the... Yeah, the stream is running. Everything's okay. That's cool. Looking good. So what we're going to talk about today... I've got a few things to talk about. I don't have any weird stories like Ghosts in the Machines, thank goodness, this week. But as I say, I dropped a review of Usagi Yojimbo, and I know what you're thinking. Rabbit samurais, animal characters, great, what you like, but it's so much fun. And it is really good, simplistic storytelling. Some of the early art there again, look at that. Pretty cool. Don't you think the style has changed so much? If you later on, if you have a look at the video, you have to, no choice. Watch my video, see it's very different, and of course now in color. Where are we? Predator has to tech the F up Wolverine. Yeah, I know, right? He's got the tech, and what was weird is they showed Wolverine when he was young, like many years ago, and it was before he had the adamantium put on his, it was bone claws like coming out from his hands and stuff. Really weird, kind of strange. Predator wins everything, Jana. You're right. Okay, we're looking good. We're all caught up. So what was the first thing I was going to do? I still haven't made the video from last week's stream, but I'm working on that Philip K. Dick Radio Free Albumeth video. Just going to make a short one from there. And I want to do another one. I'm going to do a Philip K. Dick book every week on this, just talk about it briefly. Don't worry, it's not going to get too boring, hopefully, because it's Philip K. Dick. Come on, who doesn't like him? Now, this is VALIS, Philip K. Dick's VALIS. I'm going to talk about it from my review in a second, but my edition is, wow, let's have a look. I got this second hand. It's 1981. Oh no, sorry, that's when it was published. So it was 1981, VALIS. This edition is from 1992. Pretty cool. VALIS is an acronym of Vast Active Living Intelligence System, taken from an American movie, which is, of course, fiction. It's fictional. This is like Philip K. Dick's kind of intro to the story. I don't even know if I can read half these words. A perturbation in the reality field in which a spontaneous, self-monitoring negentropic vortex is formed. Okay, that's enough of that. Good grief. Unbelievable. What is he going on about? Absolutely no idea.
2 large gins, 2 pints of cider. Ice in the cider.
If my father was loaded, I'd ask him for some money.
Your father's my father, you wouldn't get it.
Yeah, that's...
Chin chin.
Chin chin, everyone. I raise a glass to you. Chin chin. Okay, now where were we? Oh, there's knocking outside. Can you hear that? I hope it's not coming through. Okay, where are we? Share screen, Gray. You know what you're doing. Do you know I can't see my presets and the share button because the microphone's in the way. I've got to work on it. I've got to sort this out. It's ridiculous. That's why I'm always doing this on stream. You see me like looking around and stuff. That's showing up. There we go. Yes. Okay, so this is from... now, these are pretty early reviews from me. You got to forgive me. It's pretty basic. This is April the 1st, 2016. I posted this on the WordPress review, Wakizashi's reviews, self-promotion rules. VALIS 1981 by Philip K. Dick. Let's start off with a quote. The universe is information and we are stationary in it, not three-dimensional and not in space or time. The information fed to us, we hypostasize into the phenomenal world. Taken from the tractate VALIS. There we go. Do you know that word there? I had to look up the meaning and I had to listen to the pronunciation, and I still messed it up. Just spare me with 1 sec. Let's have a listen. Here we go. Hypostatize. That's so British, the pronunciation example that came up. We hypostatize into the phenomenal world. Anyway, VALIS, or the Vast Active Living Intelligence System, was published in 1981. It follows Philip K. Dick's A Scanner Darkly and precedes The Divine Invasion, which I'll be reviewing next week. It's difficult to write a spoiler-free synopsis of this novel, but here goes. A very basic Wakizashi synopsis. Now, this is a character's name. Horse Lover Fat, a friend of the author Philip K. Dick, has a nervous breakdown. His friends help him attempt to deal with it. They talk a lot about theology, reality, and extraterrestrials. Towards the end of the book, they watch a movie called VALIS. Then they meet the movie's makers. So this was my 3rd Philip K. Dick book in 2016. I was reading as part of the exegesis with a side of fiction. And after I read Radio Free Albemuth, which I reviewed last week. VALIS is considered to be a rewrite or a reworking of Albemuth. Both books include Philip K. Dick as a major character in the stories. They also contain a lot of autobiographical details that touch on Dick's experiences leading up to and after February and March 1974. Mystical experience or the onset of schizophrenia. And here's another quote. Fat made obscure references to information fired into his head by a beam of pink light. Now, I must actually research that story more because I've forgotten the details of it, but what happened very, very basically is in February or March 1974, Philip K. Dick was, I think he was being visited by somebody who was bringing a prescription for him. Back in the days when, people who worked for maybe for the doctors, the pharmacy, used to bring your prescription to your door. And this woman, was wearing, what was it, a fish? A necklace with a fish or symbol, like to do with Jesus, the symbol of the fish, or it could have been Pisces, I don't know. And Philip K. Dick believes that there was like some kind of beam of light was fired off this medallion, this fish, into his head, and he had these like crazy visions or something, or so he says. Anyway, back to the review. If I'm being honest, I have to admit that I struggled with this book at times, especially during the first half. Yes, it is bursting with ideas, but they could just as easily be labelled conspiracy theories, or the deranged ramblings of a broken mind. No, I'm not talking about myself, although I could be. It's easy to see why there's so much negative criticism of VALIS, but I don't want to be so dismissive. This book is a different animal to some of PKD's earlier, more famous works. It's much more introspective, more philosophical. Thank you. Just a little bit more. Look at that cover as well, isn't it weird? Like my earlier Radio Free Albumeth review, I would only recommend this novel to fans of PKD. It's not the best story to start with if you've never read PKD before. Now, I've been reading Dick's Exegesis at the same time, and I think that has made this more accessible. VALIS almost feels like light reading when compared with his 900-page Behemoth. The author includes a sort of condensed version of his exegesis in the pages of VALIS, a tractate as he calls it. And here's another quote, one of my favourites. In my opinion, Kevin may go deedle queep whenever Fat reads or quotes from his tractate, but Fat is onto something. I think my expectations were wrong for this book. I was hoping for less theological musings and more sci-fi action and more plot. I wanted a break from the rambling and diffuse style of the exegesis, something more akin to Ubik or Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep? It looks like I'll have to dip further back into his oeuvre for that. If you're looking for a bit of a PKD challenge, do try this book. Some bizarre art from the Japanese cover there. Okay, here's a couple of favourite lines from the book. Once God started talking to him, he never seemed to stop. I don't think they report that in the Bible. We're talking about Christ. He is an extraterrestrial life form which came to this planet thousands of years ago, and, as living information, passed into the brains of human beings already living here. Very interesting quote there. Another one. A question we had to learn to deal with during the dope decade was, how do you break the news to someone that his brains are fried? And one more. I know a lot of people who think God sleeps in pot. I could keep on and on with the quotes. And that was it, yeah. Back in 1981, this was published, VALIS. It's not an easy read. It is very, very heavy. Let's get back to you guys if you're still there. If there's anybody out there. Hi, how you doing? Oh, Zaxx, the member chat. Where is that clipping tool? You just love me saying Philip K. Dick, don't you? And stressing, like putting a accent on the dick. Gray is such a nerd reading books. What a loser. You love me really though, don't you? Come on, you love me. As I say, if I had more time, Jesus, I'd actually make a review of last week's and this week's Philip K. Dick books, but I want to, let you guys know and girls about them because they are fun, they are worth a read. Maybe not so much VALIS, it is pretty heavy going. It's something that you can maybe read it in slow sections, a little bit at a time. Go for some of his sci-fi action stuff like A Maze of Death, or if you fancy a little bit of almost autobiographical drug-induced writings, check out A Scanner Darkly. That is very cool. That's the character, Zaxx. Horse lover fat in here. I'm not joking. Philip K. Dick used to pick some incredible names, and he always not always. He often put himself in his books, but would change his name. Where are we? Yes. Okay. The barfin. Shall I do? Shall I read a random? Let's do one of those random opens and see what comes up. Here we go. Let's see. Page 99. We've got to be careful here. Driving back to the modern 2 bedrooms, 2 bathroom apartment in downtown Santa Ana, A full security apartment with deadbolt lock in a building with electric gate, underground parking, closed circuit TV, scanning of the main entrance where he lived with Sherry. Hustler the Fat realised that he'd fallen from the status of authority back to the humble status of crank. Morris, in attempting to help him, had accidentally erased Fat's bastion of security. Not an easy read. "You've never read the Bible," Morris said, with incredulity. "You've never read the Bible? You know what I want you to do, and I mean this. I want you to go home and study the Bible. I want you to read Genesis over twice. You hear me? 2 times, carefully. And I want you to write an outline of the main ideas and events in it, in descending order of importance. And when you show up here next week, I want to see that list." He obviously was genuinely angry. Can't remember what the story is, but yeah. I think VALIS is meant to be a film, a movie, a kind of mythical film that was made, and it pops up in the in the story, and they meet the makers of the film, and very, very strange. Okay, where are we? Gray making 0.00001 cents on an ad. Epic. Awesome one. Oh, mate, are you watching without ad block? By the way, does ad block work with YouTube? I don't know. Genuinely don't know. Oh my goodness. Well, I think I scared everybody away with that book review. It's like 5 people left now. Never mind. But still, great to see you. I'm delighted you're here. It's awesome. Okay, what should we do next? I do have something else to talk about. It's not going to be books, though. What could we do? I want to talk about something I was watching. That's right. Yes, I've been watching, and I've got a recommendation. Let's just get it onto... Here we go. I've only just started this, so I don't know how it pans out. This is a series on Netflix, and it's called KLEO, or KLEO with a K. Now, I'm a little bit late to this, okay? A little bit late. Just pause that a minute. I don't want to play the trailer. Oh my goodness. What is going on? I've seen this has been out for a while, but I think it was 2022. Where did it pop up? Let me share my screen. It popped up on Paul Chatto. That's right. Paul Chatto was talking about it. It was like he was saying it was decent. It's kind of here we go. Let me share. Okay, KLEO. Just get the poster. It's set during the when the wall is coming down between East and West Berlin. Set around there. A little bit of a spy story, theme to it, of course. A very interesting lead character who is not a Mary Sue. Man, she gets hurt in this in the first episode. Really, it's really quite painful. But basically, it says here, after the fall of the Berlin Wall, a former spy killer is set free and embarks on a revenge spree against the people who conspire to betray her. So she was an assassin for the Stasi, for the East German police, or the secret police. And she used to, there was like a tunnel they could go through to get to the west. She used to go and take people out on orders. It wasn't clear, where I've got up to. It doesn't say how many people she's killed, but you do see an opening scene where she's in this really cool looking West German disco nightclub. Back in, well, it would be 1989, I guess, 88, 89. Oh no, sorry, this was before the wall came down. So a few years before the wall came down in 89. And you see her basically, targeting this guy, dancing with him, and then taking him off to the toilets for a little bit of fun. And I won't spoil it, but yeah, it goes on from there. But she basically gets betrayed by the East Germans and gets sent to prison. But what I'm enjoying about it so far, it's just the look. It looks so cool. They've got a really good period setting, from the mid to late 80s, East and West Germany. Seen some of the old crazy East German cars they had. What were they called? Was it Skoda? Things like that. But yeah, it's been decent. It's been good. Let me go back. Anyone out there watched it? Do let me know if it remains good or not. If I'm roboting, do tell me, by the way. There we go. Just going to share some images from it. Hey, Magismo, where's Zaxx? Are you going to be on? I came for you, but staying for Copa. Yes, I'm going to throw out the link, mate. I will throw out the link soon. I just wanted to have a bit of a Wakizashi waffle. This is the kind of style I do for the first 30 to 40 minutes and then bring people in. The wall did fall in 1989. Yes, it did. So as I say, I think this is set a little bit before then, but then it leads to that. That's the main event in the first episode. And when the wall came down, according to this fictional TV series, don't forget it's fictional, a lot of the prisoners were released from the East German prisons, like the supposedly political prisoners. So she gets released and she's out for revenge on who betrayed her. It's cool. I'm watching it in German, by the way, with English subtitles, because I prefer, when I can, to watch the original language. I don't know about you out there. Can you handle that? But I've found, like, as I get older, it's kind of like, it's getting harder to do that. Oh my God, what am I like? But I don't want to switch it into English. You know, you want the actors' voices. What do you think? Is that just me? Am I being like a bit, you know, what's the word? OCD? Where are we? Nosferatu is replying to Mick. The most epic part of the wall going down was David Hasselhoff singing on top of it in that light up jacket. Oh God, I think Nosferatu shared that with me video once. I've seen one of the days crazy, one of many I guess, crazy David Hasselhoff videos music videos where, oh God, it's got to be seen to be believed. They are hilarious. They're so funny. So I like the poster. I like the main character in it. She's pretty cool. She's got a distinctive look. What was the Guardian saying? This cinematic assassin thriller is like a German Killing Eve. Oh dear, doesn't sound... I don't know if that's any good or not. If that's a recommendation or not. Let's have a quick scan at Metacritic. I got halfway through episode 2 last night before I went to bed. That's how far I got. Clear review. Okay, it's not showing up for some reason. Metacritic reviews. Here we go. Oh, there aren't any for it. Isn't that surprising? I don't really like Rotten Tomatoes, but I guess I'll have to have a look. 92% on the tomato meter. Oh God, continue without disabling ads. Ad blocker. 63% audience score. Okay, that doesn't bode well, does it? If the audience score is not so good. As I say, I've only just started it. I like what I saw. I like the look of it. I like the characters. It's well shot. It's got a bit of a Tarantino feel, the early Tarantino feel, if that makes sense. That kind of look. Let's just skim past the critics to the audience. Okay, this is random. Yeah, the first one is saying, absolutely love this series. It's got everything. Action, mystery, surprises, and a kick-ass chick as the female lead. It's in German, so it has subtitles, of course, but you can change to English, I think. Okay, here's a 2-star out of 5. Made for people with no knowledge at all of the history of the RDA by people with a highly propagandistic idea of what the RDA was. Wow. Back to a positive. Great casting, acting, and a clever storyline. It especially gains momentum after a couple of episodes. Okay, thrilling and comical. And then that is next to that, there's a half a star review. Every single character is unlikable, and the writing is simply atrocious. A good example of the writing would be a scene where a guy flew to Mallorca looking for KLEO and... 3 out of 5 for a 1 star. 1 star, the last one says, I'm only 5 minutes in and the show already is not accurate with the dress and the dancing of 1987. It's more 1993. Okay. And then, sorry, last one. Campy and delightful. A bit like me, right? I'm kind of campy and delightful, aren't I? Okay, so seeing what I missed. Scrolling back up quickly. Keely Chow is here. How are you doing, Keely? Good to see you, mate. Thanks for dropping in. If you're still here, that's awesome. And good morning from Deutschland to Mick. Ohio gozaimasu. Guten Morgen. Is that right? As Nosferatu loves to bring up, this doesn't hold a candle to The Peripheral, Zaxx's favourite Amazon streaming show. Wow, I think I can hear that. Is that rain? It sounds like it's chucking it down outside. Oh no! Oh, Mad, still on YouTube. Welcome, says Awesome One. The cars equals Trabi, or Trabant or Trabi, the Trabbies. not Skodas. Were the Skodas the Russian ones, weren't they? I had this weird this idea that they used to sell them to what do you call it? It was from Russia, but you know, all the Russian, like the, what do you call them? Jesus, I don't know the words. That when it used to be the USSR, the Soviet Republic, the different countries like had to buy them. Were they forced to buy the Skodas? Oh my goodness. Let's get back to live. The Scorpions video about the wall coming down was amazing, says Awesome One. My dad uses Fandango to order movie tickets. When I found out Fandango and Rotten Tomatoes, darling, tomatoes, were the same company, I felt betrayed. I know. I never check it out, do you? Does anyone like check out Rotten Tomatoes? Does it mean anything anymore? Russian hooker, that's Shield Wall. I don't think so. No, she's a spy. She's a spy. And she's angry. She was betrayed. But as I say, what I've seen so far is she's not your typical Mary Sue. She gets hurt. She can fight, kind of, but she also knows when to run. You know, get out of there. One of the best defenses is to RLF, right? Run like Okay, where are we? If I missed anything, let me just scroll up quickly. What did I miss? Salty with a hot dog as well, you star, Salty. Where are you? Are you still there? If you're still there, Salty, I really appreciate it. Looking for a hot dog. I've got to drop another clip now. How about this one?
I am Mantis.
What are you doing?
Smiling.
I know. I'm a simp for Mantis. I can't help it. Something about her. The weird thing is, I think she looks better as Mantis than in real life. No, I'm joking. Oh dear. Anyway, where were we? Hey, William Richards. The soothing tones of Gray's voice are outstanding. I don't know about that, mate, but I really appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm getting threats from Nos as well. I'm not going to review WOT because he's going to fly to Japan and kick the crap out of me. Oh my goodness. And a shout out to Will from Zaxx. Okay. Madakismo. I'm missing the conversation there, but I'm really grateful and appreciate you dropping in, mate. It's cool. So how we doing? 37 minutes. People hate him for speaking the truth. Oh, Mantis. Really? Oh, man. She's hot. I know Salty will kill me if he's still there, but I really enjoyed the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special because I'm that easy, I know. But she was cool in it. I really liked her. Okay, where are we? How are we doing, everybody? What else are we going to talk about? One more thing, it's book related, but don't worry. I'm not going to go into a weird book review. I want to show you something amazing. Check out this cover art. Check this out. Love getting physical. This is part of the Hard Case Crime series of novels. There are so many of these, yeah. That's the spine, that's how the branding. Hard Case Crime. I read one recently. I just felt like a change, so I picked up an old like noir from 1976 or 7, I think it was, by Max Allan Collins, who is also a comic book writer. He's written a comic series called Miss Tree, which is pretty good. I remember that back in the day when I was still buying comics in the mid to late 80s, early 90s. So I read his first book in a series called Quarry. Quarry is the character's name, and it was really good. You know, it's proper like pulpy, hardboiled detective fiction, even though it was written in the 70s, and it had a bit of a Vietnam vet, theme to the story, which I also appreciated. This looks really cool. This is a more recent one. It's James Kestrel. It's called 5 Decembers. And when did this come out? This is the first time it's in paperback, so they do publish them in hardback to begin with. 2021 by James Kestrel. Just briefly listen to the synopsis. This sounds so cool. Where are we? Because I can't see me. Lights are all over the place. There we go. Grey shining. Is that me better? No, this is my best side. I'm joking. The print's really small, so I'm struggling to read it. Look at that. America teeters on the brink of war, and in Honolulu, Hawaii, Police detective Joe McGrady is assigned to investigate a homicide that will change his life forever. Because the trail of murder he uncovers will lead him across the Pacific, far, far from home and the woman he loves, and though the US doesn't know it yet, a Japanese fleet is already steaming towards Pearl Harbor. This extraordinary novel is so much more than just a gripping crime story. It's a story of survival against all odds, of love and loss and the human cost of war. Spanning the entirety of World War II, 5 Decembers is a beautiful, masterful, powerful novel that will live in your memory forever. Wow. Now, of course, that's the publisher's synopsis, so they're gonna really sell it. But it's set in December. Well, it opens December 1941. I like the sound of it. It sounds really cool. Have you, any of you out there, have you read any of the hard case crime series? Just like I said, there's so many, and they are cool. They look cool. They sound cool. Okay, where are we? Yeah, I need a Blood Meridian review. I've still got to read it, Nos. I've got it upstairs. It's going to take a while to get through that. It's pretty heavy, as you were telling me. The prose, pretty heavy there. No, I can't read Japanese. Awesome one. I know, right? Hashtag lazy gaijin. I did learn, I can read and write hiragana, katakana, but the kanji, to be able to read a book, they reckon maybe 3,000 kanji you need to know. 3,000 might not sound like a lot, but you've got to remember that each of those individual kanji have 2, 3, or 4 different ways of being read, different pronunciations, different meanings even. So there you go. I know, excuses, right? Excuses. So yeah, I do read in English. The Japanese, I actually watch Japanese shows or anime. I do watch those in Japanese, and then I put Japanese subtitles if I can, trying to get, I can read some of it. I can get some of the meanings just from looking at the kanji, even if you can't read the word, if that makes sense. That's why Japanese can scan books very quickly. They get like a general meaning just from looking at the pictograms of kanji. Whoa, is it getting worse? I'm sorry to hear that. Brutal. The next book review will be Thesaurus. Gray sounding a bit suspicious. I am very sus. He's spreading imperial Japanese propaganda? ? I can speak Japanese all right, mate, but I can't read it. I tell you, just try to learn Ichinensei, which is Shogako, elementary school, first grade. There's about 80 kanji to learn when they're 6 years old, or 6 or 7. And then those 6 years of Shogako, elementary school, they learn about, how many is it? It could be between 700 to 800 totally. Then they've got 3 years of junior high school where they learn another, probably 1,000. Another 3 years of high school if they continue. So you've got like 12 years of education where they're learning kanji, new kanji all the time. Think about that. They say to read a Japanese newspaper, you need 2,500 to 3,000 kanji. You need that kind of knowledge to be able to read it, basically, get the general meaning. And it's not all kanji like Chinese. It's kanji with hiragana or katakana. That's the end of my Japanese lesson. What's the final warning, Nos? What? Are you warning me, bro? What have I done? I'm a good boy. Okay, we're on the magic 45-minute mark. Let's see. Should we give... I don't know if Zaxx is still there. Let's see if I don't want to share my screen. What am I doing? Invite to the stream. Copy. Should we see if Zaxx is interested in coming in? Come on, Zaxx. How can you resist? It's me. Copa as well, but I always feel like Copa feels pressured if I drop a link to him. You don't have to jump in, mate. But I will do that this week. There is no pressure. No pressure. Atsuroku ga nai desu yo. Pressure wa zenzen arimasen. Sounds weird when I speak Japanese with my British or Manchester accent. What do you think? Okay, that's gone. They're shared. Hey, good morning. Nay, how are you? Great to see you, man. Long time no see. I think it's time for a clip. Now, what can I drop for you? I tell you what, I'm feeling pretty lucky now because I've got you here, I've got Nosferatu here. You're 2 of the first people who found me from that crazy Matrix regurgitations review back when Grey was young and innocent and so sweet. This is for you because I'm feeling lucky.
Lucky him. You're lucky. He's lucky. I'm lucky. We're all lucky.
Awesome. Oh yeah, awesome one. If Nosferatu is having a go at you in the chat, don't worry. He's the biggest chat troll ever. TM trademark 2023. Copa better get his bitch ass in there and sell Blood Meridian without spoilers. I know, man. I've got so much to read. I say I've just finished. I've still not finished. No, I won't mention that. Wheel of Time, book 3. I'm right near the end. I've just got to start this now. I've just got it. It's new. It's sexy. It smells weird. It smells like like a new book. Look at that cover. Did I mention the cover 10 times already? Wait a minute. Oh God, trying to get it to focus. There we go. There's a mod on Michael Bancroft named Mo Biggs who bans people for mentioning anime or manga. I feel at home now. Did you get banned or someone? Nosferatu, what are you doing? Are you putting people on timeouts? I don't believe it. Where are we? Everything's good. Everything's great. I'm here, says Zaxx. Check your DMs, mate. You can't pressure Copa into anything, trust me, says Jana. Yeah, it's true. Nene and Nosferatu are the real OGs. They were there when it all began. But you know, that video review that just blew up my channel very, very briefly when I still had 200 subscribers and it got like 30,000 views over the weekend. It was insane. I didn't know what to do. I was getting more comments than I had subscribers, and people were shouting at me in the comments, like saying, "You don't know what you're talking about." And they hadn't seen it yet, by the way. They hadn't seen the 4th Matrix movie, and I was so nice. I was so like trying to be fair, and going, "Oh, it's about a 5 out of 10." When I wanted to say this is a 3 out of 10. It's bloody awful, but I was like, oh, I really wanted to like this. I was trying to be positive. So sweet. I had a little mini Christmas tree in the background because it was around December the 20th or 21st when Japan got it before any other country. That's the only reason, my review took off and the channel briefly blew up. Oh man, what an experience that was. I hope you feel pressure now, Nosferatu. I didn't, but now I feel pressure too. There you go. This is it. This sums it up. Nosferatu was saying that Gray was a bundle of sticks and so innocent. People hated on him for giving a better score than it deserved because they hadn't seen it yet. And then when it came out, not many people came back to, as they said, destroy me in the comments like after they'd seen it. That was interesting. Happy days. I tell you what, if you ever get a chance and you feel like a laugh, just watch that video, that Matrix Resurrections review I did, and just look at Gray. There's like I'm in a little box in the corner of the screen because I didn't have StreamYard then. I was doing it off OBS, recording it and then uploading it. I had a little cute border on my little box. I was so tiny. I was doing this all without a script, by the way, as well, just like usual. And yeah, anyway, it was fun. I'm my own person, says Jaina. Okay. Excellent. Smithers. We have a guest. Let me put my headphones on. Let's see what's going to happen now. Let's see how long the channel or the stream remains up. Because it's not Zaxx. It's actually the wonderful, the sexy, the incredibly well hung, I've been told. Copa! How are you doing, Copa?
Yeah. No, I'm doing good. All those things are very, very true.
It's true.
It is.
Hey, man. It's been a while.
Hey, I know. I don't get sent links anymore. I'm looking at you.
Really? I always felt like you were like, oh Jesus, I'd rather be just in the in the chat, like having a good time, or like trolling Nos than coming on the stream and actually having to do something, do some work.
Well, that's the thing, is that you should bully Nos to get in on the stream.
Do you reckon?
I think so.
I've tried it, mate. I've tried it. It's failed miserably every time.
It's impossible. He's the get. But I have some book covers for you. Zaxx.
Hey, Zaxx.
Great. Keep talking about your little box. I want to hear about it. I'm not quite
done.
You know how
I'm so innocent, aren't I? I don't know what I'm saying half the time, Zaxx. Come on.
Was it tight?
It was cute. It was kawaii. It was in the corner of the screen. with little Gray's head,
But did it feel like constrictive at all?
Anyway, where are we? The stream
Gray!
remains the same, says Nosferatu. He'll never come on. We'll have to send him $1 million to come on.
Yeah, he won't come on. That's okay. He does this thing.
So
What's up,
Copa's
Copa?
got some book covers to share, he said. I'd love to see them.
do.
Copa.
Cool.
I'm about to. You can't rush perfection here, all right, guys? Just give Cope Dog a moment.
Oh, Cope Dog.
Yeah, Cope Dog. That's the new rebrand.
Can you guys vamp for a couple of secs while I need to go and shut some windows? It's raining.
Yeah.
Be good. Be good.
So this is what Gray does, though, Copa. Have you noticed that he gets us on here, then he fucks off for the rest of the show, pretty much?
And then he's like, okay, run the show for us.
Yeah. I'll be right back,
like-
guys. I promise. The fuck?
It's like a precursor to Circle of Jerks. We should get Flaccid in here.
Kind of is, isn't it? Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Speaking of
But
which,
yeah.
I think I'm hosting tomorrow.
Are you?
I think so.
What are we doing?
Oh, I got some stuff for us. And some stuff
Are
that
you
you found, too.
Are we going to EFAP that guy?
A little bit.
Okay.
Mix it up.
Yeah.
But
nice.
he's your find, so I don't want to snipe your find
Okay.
either.
Whatever you
too
want to do,
heavily.
dude.
Over the pants sniping is all I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Not deep.
Hey, man, I'm getting off either way. So let's do it. Did you get to the end of that magical find?
I didn't watch all of it. I watched some of it.
Oh, dude, the ending.
Oh, the
not
one
a plot. The one I sent or I showed you backstage.
I wasn't supposed to finish watching that one, I thought.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Then if I ever get off my ass and host Circle of Jerks, we'll get to the
Oh,
end.
mad.
What do you say?
In the chat. He's gonna come on. He wants to come on Circle of Jerks tomorrow.
That's your call. It's your channel. You think you?
I don't know if we can handle him.
I know he's out of control these days with his gummies.
Yeah, he has gummies. He takes a gummy and then he's like, okay, guys, buckle up.
Yeah, buckle up. I'm falling asleep. Host the show for me.
I have a great Ruben clip where he falls asleep live on the stream. It's pretty fucking hilarious. And then George the Giant Slayer has to wake him up and tell him to get off the stream.
Are you serious? Like no one kicks him off the stream?
He says George was finally he was the main guest. And so no one said anything to him, but he was completely passed out on the stream. It wasn't until the guest was like, please leave, basically.
Get the fuck off the stream.
Yeah. He's George. What are you going to say? Yeah.
I know, right? Well, he's the Giant Slayer.
Ooh, he is.
And Ruben's pretty fucking big.
Yeah. Well, he was 600 pounds, I think, at that time.
Oh, shit.
Is he cautionary tale or is he inspiration? Who could say?
Did Gray just turn on his camera and not show up to his own stream still?
Yep.
Okay.
He's doing Chico in the corner.
Oh, well, that makes sense. What is he?
Yeah, Jenna, over 600. 630 something, I think he said.
That is a crazy amount of weight, dude.
Yeah, we got shirtless videos of him, so trust me, I know.
Oh, I couldn't mute in time. But it's Gray's stream, not mine, so it's okay.
You're good.
Sorry about that sneeze, everybody. I hope I didn't blow out your ears.
Shieldwall's calling you out, I think. I think this is at you, Copa.
What?
Roughly. Isn't that 90% of your conversation with Copa?
About how big
How's
I
it
am?
going, guys?
Where
Were you good?
someone falls asleep, I think.
Oh, yeah.
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 Great.
Usually.
Thanks for coming.
I had to run and bring a bit of washing in and stuff. Goodness gracious me. Mrs. Wakizashi's teaching upstairs, so she was busy.
What is she teaching?
English.
Mrs. Wakizashi teaches English too?
Yeah, isn't that a weird coincidence?
Can
Is that
she
how you
speak
guys met?
Japanese as well?
I can't go into that details here, Copa, sorry. That's on my OnlyFans stream.
Oh, okay. Do you show
Channel.
feet?
I'm all over the place. Do you want me to keep sharing this, by the way, or not?
Oh, yeah,
no,
we didn't talk about this yet.
Yeah, we haven't talked about it yet, but I found some books that you can review next, like a big
This
dose
is not
of dick.
a real book. I don't believe it.
There's nothing wrong with you that couldn't be cured by a big dose of dick. And then there's a
Philip K.
cautionary
Dick?
tale. Right. I tried to suck my own dick. You can review that one. 14 beers at Chili's is that's just a powerhouse of a book.
I like the ninjas on the cover there. I would have loved that when I was like 13 and trying to be one.
Where
I'm
did you
pretty
find
sure
these?
Dude, I read these when I was a kid. Are you kidding
yeah?
me? Yeah.
No,
Oh,
Copa,
yeah.
come on.
14 beer here. Reverend Eugene writes poems about sluts.
Not poems about slits.
No, sluts.
Oh, thank goodness.
Andy Cummings' book, Will You Please Stop Masturbating When I'm Talking to You? I mean, these are gems that you are not. This is a book about Roman.
Yep. Yeah, you could see that for sure.
Yeah.
That's 100% Roman.
Even though there's a Union Jack on that flag. I don't even know
Jesus,
what
Nosferatu. He's saying that all British people are gay because they love spotted dick in their mouths. Spotted dick is a dessert, by the way. I think it's dessert.
Is it a dessert?
And it's not very nice. I've never actually eaten it, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Just saying that right now.
You've eaten dick, Greg. Come on.
Yeah.
Jesus, Zaxx.
See, you bring me on the stream. So please tell me, nurse, do you think the stiffness is getting the stiffness I'm getting needs any treatment? By Vic Rubbins. And then the flashlight of the gods. Yeah. I give that 4 out of 5 stars.
Apple's adapting that.
That reminds me of
Flesh.
Flesh Gordon, Copa. Have you ever seen Flesh Gordon?
I've heard of Flesh Gordon. I have not seen it. Oh, and Batman Goes Binge Shrinking. There you go. So that's the last one there. That's all I have for you, Gray. So there's your winter reading list. I'm done sharing my screen.
Jude was saying Vic Rubin. What an awesome name.
Right? Vic Rubin.
So guys, what's new? What's new, man? I feel like I missed everything. I've been working for the week when everyone else is streaming.
Nothing. Zaxx quit in the middle of the week. So there was
I believe
that.
Zaxx got monetized.
I did.
Yeah, he got
remonetized
remonetized and
again.
he said
12 hours.
"Fuck YouTube."
Then I immediately canceled my stream. That was pretty great, I thought. Good celebration. Fuck. Yes, I got monetized and my week was nuts. Work was work this week. So
Same
I had
here.
to I like to like put off the prep work sometimes, and I did a little bit too long and I rolled the dice and I lost and had to cancel the stream because I had nothing ready at all and I had work I had to do. So
You gotta do what you gotta do, Zaxx.
that's right.
That's right.
Yeah. But I'm monetized again, so I can now hopefully
The rest of
have I can retire from my job.
Yeah.
Right? That's how it works, isn't it?
That's how it
You
works.
can retire on the $2 from my membership, which
The
I
rest of us cleared our schedules for
reactivated
Zaxx.
straight away.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry about that. Sorry. I'm so sorry. But also, I was impacted by an event that happened in my country where our prime minister, who has previously done blackface and then brownface, he hit the trifecta when he saluted the Nazis.
You
And
couldn't make this up, could you? It's
no,
unbelievable.
and I, for one, I'm glad he's finally doing it. Like, you know, there's got to be some good Nazis, right, Gray? You tell
Just
me.
come out in the open, just do it. Just
Yeah.
forget about hiding in plain sight, just let everyone know what you really think. Why not?
Well, I mean, war is a complicated thing, and it was very complicated for everyone involved in my fucking parliament when they said he fought against Russia in World War II and no one did a thing. They're like, oh, that sounds about right. No, you retards. No, that is not how it works.
They're like, woo, wait a minute.
Yeah. Wait.
No one, wait.
But
Who
they're like,
who are they fighting against?
their Twitter brains were like, oh yeah, right. Current thing. We like Ukraine, hate Russia. So that was good.
That's all a money laundering operation, anyways.
I mean, either if you fought against Russia, he's either Japanese, which didn't look Japanese to me. No offense, Gray. Or a Yahtzee.
What kind of drugs were they all on when they decided to do that? Zaxx asks Shieldwall. That was crazy. Crazy decision.
The whole
He
thing is
wasn't
just
even-
ridiculous.
He wasn't even just a Yahtzee. He was Waffen SS, wasn't he?
Yeah, Waffen SS. Yeah,
He
he was an officer. He volunteered for the SS. Actually, he wasn't even a conscript. He jumped right in. A lot of Ukrainians did back in the day because, well, they hated the Russians, which they did. And so when the Germans came through, like, welcome, thank you for freeing us, and then the Germans started murdering them all. And then some of them were like, well, we'll join you, and so he did. Yeah, history is fun, and it was not a good time for the Poles, who just end up always like they're getting spit roasted constantly. Every conflict, it's the Poles in the middle.
Yeah.
Wow.
Kinski was
What to
Luftwaffe?
say.
Yeah,
Jesus. Yeah, there were people like trying to defend it as well on, of course, on Twitter. Saying, "Oh, the group that he was a member of, they weren't really, a bad group." Like,
They were bad,
No.
Waffen
oh
SS.
Jesus, they were good. Do you know that there were good SS groups as well as bad ones? Do you not know that, Copa?
Not all SS Waffens were bad.
Unbelievable, isn't it? It's unbelievable.
do you know how we know he Waffen SS? Because he said so. Like, he posted pictures of himself in his SS uniform with his SS mates, skull and everything. Like, he wasn't hiding the fact that who he fought for at all. It's like we just kind of pretended not to see it. And all they changed their name of the unit he was in from SS. I think it's called like, not Graceland, because that would be even cooler. But it's like it's for the area that it's in.
Yeah, I can't remember. I know what you mean.
Like that. Yeah,
Grazie or something. Grazie.
yeah, to like Ukrainian freedom fighters. Unit 1 after the war ended, right? Because they're like, well, we can't. This is kind of shady. We're stuck in the country. We killed a bunch of people, and we should probably be on their side now. And so they use that name, but that's everyone in the Ukraine and Russia knows that's coded language. Like, it's not a secret. Everyone knows who fought who there. So I suggest on Gray's channel that it's possible the president of the Ukraine wasn't fooled, that he knew right away, oh, he must be one of them, and he was fine with it.
That's okay. I think we gave someone a Medal of Freedom or some shit, and they were Yahtzees as well. Like, they have pictures all over their social media of posting in front of like Nazi memorabilia and stuff, and they're part of that one division in Ukraine that is just specifically like neo Yahtzees, and we gave them medals.
What's happened?
We gave them guns. We gave them guns.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Here I was talking about books and poems.
You want to see books, Gray? I got more books if you want to.
No, I'm
see
okay,
some more
thanks.
Okay.
Oh man, Zaxx going completely like deflecting here. Have you watched that KLEO, that German set like spy series? On
Yeah, I
Netflix?
watched the first few episodes. I didn't finish it. It was pretty good what I watched.
Okay, I want to know if it's worth carrying on or not.
Yeah, it probably would be. I didn't really like her character that much as it was going along. There was no Mary Sue stuff. It was like that stuff was well done. It just lost the competition for my attention. That's
Yeah,
all.
I get that. I get that a lot on my
Yeah.
YouTube channel too.
What
Copa. So
time
you've
to-
not watched it either, yeah? Obviously.
No, but it sounds like a movie that I really liked called The Lives of Others, which is he was Stasi and he was listening in on this couple in, I want to say in the 1980s.
Yeah.
And that was a fantastic film. I highly suggest The Lives of Others to anybody who's interested in like East German history and stuff like that. Yeah, the star of it, God, I can't remember the name. Ulrich, I can't remember his name.
Skeet Ulrich.
Skeet Ulrich, yeah, he passed away like right after that film was complete. And he nails his performance. Yeah, Lives of Others, one of the better foreign films out there.
Cool.
Yeah, it is
I say
cool.
check it out. It's really good. It's thrilling, and it's really thrilling because you know, he's listening into these people, and he gets really close to them, and then eventually he starts thinking about defecting himself, and it goes from there. So there's a lot of suspense in there.
That was the nice twist about what I liked about the character in KLEO is she was not pro defection, or she was kind of pissed off that everyone had kind of, you know, given up the game, and she wanted to keep it going. She was very much proud East German.
Have you guys seen The Americans on FX?
No.
First season, I think, and I dropped off.
Did you not like it, Gray?
It was okay. I just thought it was a bit like samey. You know, each episode was a bit like, okay, here we go again.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was, I found that to be a really good show too, about Russian spies. But they were part of this program that was for real, where they would train them at young ages to act like Americans and be an American couple and blend in with American society, and then just plop them into this American like city, and just start living lives and spying on people. They'd be this like cold cell that would need to be activated when they needed to be activated. But other than that, they were completely American. They were Americanized. And you had this like dichotomy of like the wife she was full on board with being a spy for Mother Russia, while the husband started really getting Americanized and started really liking the promise of America and started questioning whether Russia was right or wrong. And so you had that kind of dichotomous relationship going on. Fantastic stuff. It was good TV when it was on. About 6 seasons. I say check it out. That one's another one.
Yeah. Okay, we got a recommendation from Copa. A couple of recommendations from Copa. That's awesome.
That's right.
And then he's talking about a YouTube video that he's enjoyed about, is it Bonhoeffer's theory of stupidity and how it's based on giving up your identity to be part of the flock. Interesting.
Yeah, it's true. Things are fun in Canada right now.
Dude, your country sucks. Like, we could totally take you over if we felt like it. Like, if you really think about it, I have resources.
Resources, yeah.
We just do the hard work for you, then we sell it to you at a discount. Why would you want to take us over and have to do it yourself?
That's kind of true.
Yeah. That's why we exist. Everyone's decided, hey, well, let them do it, and then we'll buy it.
You're a worn out party hat at this point.
Yep. Gray's people are the worst for that. They build offshore factories, and then we sell them the raw materials. Then we buy back the product after it's been made on their offshore factory at a giant upcharge, and they like laugh at us the whole time because it's like, well, yeah, we'll take your trees and we'll turn it into furniture and make you buy it back. And we'll put IKEA on it, even though it's made in Japan.
Oh my God,
no, Japan.
Japanese.
Great. You're Japanese.
My people. Oh, I see how it is. Zaxx. Okay.
Your people. Exactly.
Gray, how long have you been in Japan at this point?
It reached 20 years last December. 20 years.
Shit.
And I still can't read Japanese.
No. Can we talk about
not until I've been here longer than the UK.
Well, how long were you in the UK for?
Apart from 1 year, I went to Australia. I was in the UK for, how was I? 29. So I'm getting close on. I'm catching up.
You're
29
getting closer.
years.
Yeah, you're getting close.
Before we talk about it, I want to share this, guys. This is really weird. Like, there's been nothing about this. Did you know there's a series called The Continental set in the world of John Wick?
I just watched the first episode tonight.
I watched it last weekend, and then episode 2 is apparently out at the moment. It's available. And one more, this Gen V from the world of the boys. This kind of came out of nowhere. I've started watching it, but it's one of those. It's like I can't tell if they're trying to, if it's serious or it's satirical. It's a bit all over the place. It's either very, very woke or it's it's taking the mickey out of woke. But I'm not far enough into it to see. I don't know.
Is Seth Rogen producing this one too?
Oh, I don't know.
Because if he is, it's woke.
Details.
Nerdporial, what's up?
There you go.
Goodness gracious!
Evan
Look at all the producers there, Copa.
That
is insane.
He's the fifth name. Yeah. No.
That is insane. There's 20 or more of them.
Sure, they all chip in $20 and they get a show. They get a piece of the show.
Is that what it is? That's how it
that's
works. Yeah, but Copa,
I'll
it's
tell
actually
you a
got
little-
nudity and violence in it. Nudity and violence, I can't help it. I just get drawn to those shows for some reason.
I'll tell you a little industry secret. If you see someone who has an associate producer credit, that means they're blowing somebody on set. Because
I mean, from Josh. Sorry, Josh, I'm joking. I know you're not watching.
Josh has been an associate producer on many sets.
You said it, not me. Oh,
It's
God.
possible. Yeah, the Gen V or whatever. I looked at the. I'll probably watch it at some point, but I don't know. Just the thumbnail they use for it is where it's Homelander with his head blown off, and it's got like the United Colors of Benetton like sort of around it.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, I can see what you're doing here probably, and I don't know if it's gonna be worth getting into. I'll let other people watch it first. But I liked the Continental first episode, you know.
What do you think, Zaxx? Yeah, overall, I thought it was pretty decent. I thought the action was a little bit over the top, stylized, like wannabe John Wick, but it got a little bit, made me dizzy almost. Maybe that's just because I'm old, but I like the look of it. I like the look of the series.
I thought it was very much John Wick style, but I liked that they had like Frankie, who was a beast. In that he had a different fighting style, like he didn't fight like John Wick because he's a much bigger dude. So they really used that. I thought, well,
yeah, that was good
in his scenes. And overall, I enjoyed it. It was an hour and a half, which is quite a long episode of television, but I think it's like maybe three movies essentially. And
Yeah.
it's kind of soundtrack was good, very 70s, like on the nose 70s soundtrack. And yeah, it was fine. I thought it was pretty
The
good.
costume and the set design looked like it was very 70s too. Looks like they nailed the look down too. I haven't seen a
think
lick
they
of it yet, but I'm going to be reviewing it once the third episode drops.
Oh, cool.
I'll have a
Nice
review
one,
out by
Copa.
then. Yeah, I mean, it's Mel. You gotta give Mel love anytime he puts out something. So
You know what? You're right. We need more Mel. That's one complaint I have is he's not in it quite enough the first episode as much as I would like. And the actor who plays Winston, I have a hard time seeing him as being Winston. He's
Oh,
a
really?
fine actor. Yeah, Ian McShane is, so Ian McShane that it's hard to have someone else come in and try to be him.
Ah, right. Is that what it's meant to be? I totally missed
Yeah.
that. I didn't get
Yeah.
that connection.
Yeah.
Winston. Is he the... Yeah, he's the one who... no spoilers from me, sorry. He's the brother who's at the end of the episode flying off in a helicopter with the
there's-
Vietnamese woman.
Yeah, there's it's about Winston and his brother and how they come up. It's sort of their origin story. And so Winston is one of the main characters, and Ian McShane is he's so hard to think. Like, was he young ever? I don't know, but I don't know what he would look like when he's
No,
young.
he
But
looked
I don't
old
think
when he
it's
was
like
young.
this.
Yeah. He's classic, isn't he?
But you also don't want Ian McShane to try to be, or someone like him to be an action hero, because it just wouldn't work either. So, I thought it was, I liked it. They tried to take the feel of New York in the 70s. They called it like Fear City was one of the things. It was because there was so much crime and everywhere, and they tried to take that and use that as a character almost in the show. You'll like it. I think. Well, I want to hear what Copa thinks about it because, because he hates world building, and there's some world building in this.
Does he?
I do. Fuck world building, okay? Fuck it. It's so fucking stupid.
Hate characters.
I will take
can't
over.
stand world building.
I will take over the stream and just shit on world building. I swear to God.
We got mad in the comments saying he made it halfway through the first episode, but finding it difficult to go back and finish it. He just didn't hook me, but I'll probably give it a shot at some point.
I don't know if it'll get better or not. Like,
It was long, wasn't it, Zaxx? It was a long episode.
90 minutes. It's a long episode of television. It was a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a movie, basically.
They might have done better if they just split it up into 20-minute episodes or 45-minute episodes.
Yeah, I think they probably.
Because I saw
will.
those run times too, and I was like, man, that's like a whole movie. You got 3 of those. So, and I already have 2 reviews written. I just finished writing the review for The Creator
Oh,
before I came on the stream.
You saw
And
it
it's
tonight?
good.
Oh man,
Yeah,
I'm so
it's good.
jealous. It's not out in Japan yet. I don't know when it's going to come out. Probably next year. When we go.
What?
I
By
really
that
want to
time,
see
all the spoilers are going to happen. You've seen the movie before, guys. I'll give you a little taste, a little taste. But you've seen this movie before, but the execution in it is really good. And the little girl that's in this movie, she steals the show. And she's never
Really?
done a movie before this. Yeah, she does. Like John David Washington is good, and he's the lead. But when he gets to her, and I'm not blowing anything because it's in the trailer, but when he gets to her, she steals the show, hands down.
Cool.
So I say check it out. I mean, this movie was shot. We talked about this on my live stream. This movie was shot for only $80 million on a $4,000 camera that you could buy at Best Buy. And
which is insane. So why do that though? Like why would they make that choice, Copa?
I think just to keep the budget down, like because it's such an original IP that it's a high concept movie developed specifically for theaters, and in this day and age, most film companies are not going to take a risk on something that's not a built-in audience. Like the whole industry mentality at this point in our lives with movies is it has to have a built-in audience. It has to have a built-in audience. And since this one doesn't, and Gareth Edwards, the director, doesn't really have a name to himself other than Rogue One and Godzilla, it was all designed to keep the cost down. But when you watch the movie, the effects blow like these mega budget $300 million films out of the water. Like these people are highly capable, and that's always been my argument. As long as you get highly capable people behind these projects, you don't have to have like a $300 million film like The Flash, because that was completely insane. Like how bad that looked. Like I'm still questioning where that $300 million went.
Hello, your Barmy. You know what? I just watched a video that Mr. Tickle Drunk was putting around, and it was the guy who created Fallout. He's running a games company, and he was talking about their budget stuff. That's where the connection is, and how things are so much more expensive now because the programmers and coders they have are so they're really bad at their jobs. Basically, he said he was pretty clear about that, and that they take way more time to make something than should be required to actually do that work. And then everything is within them is now like it's a collective. So like everything has to be passed through everyone. So including like if you're working on this part of a project, then everyone else around it has to be like give their thumbs up or their 2 cents. It's not like split up and do your job. And so that would be the same for an effects team, I would think.
Yeah, and I think you know what? And you know who I think is to blame for that is Steve Jobs. Everybody saw how Steve Jobs operated Apple, and he had every department kind of intermingle with each other. And that made like better products for Apple, and that made Steve Jobs who he was. And I think everybody tried to take that and go, okay, we'll have all these departments intermingle and I'll make a better product. And that's just not the case. It's sometimes better if like you don't even know what the other team's doing and you could just focus in on the work. You could just get locked in on what's in front of you and trust the other team knows their shit too. And they'll all come together. Like if I'm writing a film, I don't need to know what the editor's thinking whatsoever. Like it's just like the editor is going to have his or her final say, you know, or the director or whatever. So that's how it should be. I shouldn't be. See, and that's the thing too. Well, I'm going to go on a tangent. I don't want to do that. Okay. No. Well, the thing is like the stupid thing that I see a lot of writers complain about is that directors and producers, when it gets to the production level where they're actually shooting it, things change, their words change, dialogue changes, and the actors change the dialogue too on the fly, and they get pissed because they're not reading from the script that they wrote. But that's Hollywood, baby. Like that's what you signed up for. That's what you know. That's how you should know this business works. And so some writers like demand to be on set, and they ruin the whole thing. They ruin the whole vibe because they have no idea what it's like to be on a production. They only know the pre-production level. And so, yeah, I think going back to the original point is like, yeah, sometimes departments just need to stay away from each other and just let them do their thing. Like, it's not like an actor should come into the writing process, the writer's room, and say, hey, you need to write my lines like this. That shouldn't happen either. Yeah, that's my 2 cents on the whole thing.
But you could see how like a Flash would get so bloated though, because it would be a big team working on it, and time is money for effects. And so the longer they can drag that out for, the more money it's going to cost you. And so your budget's through the roof, even though, like you said, your product isn't necessarily better for it.
Yeah,
I don't get how it's looking worse and worse. As you say, Maz was talking about it, Machismo, about Starship Troopers still looks great even now, and District 9 on a really crappy budget, that looks decent. What has gone wrong? Like, I saw part of the Flash Copa. I've not gone to the movie theater to see it. I kind of, sailed the 7 seas, and then, oh man, it was terrible. What were they doing? Seriously.
I have no idea. Like, you look at those effects, and the director on the press junket tour actually had to sit down and save face and say, oh, we purposely made it look bad because it was from the Flash's point of view. And it's like, dude, nice try, dude, but it's on you, man. And I said that in my review too of the Flash. It's like, all right, man, it's on you. You suck as a director. Fire yourself from filmmaking because the buck stops with you. And if you're going to sit here and say you purposely made that call, well, then you should purposely not have a job in Hollywood. It's off. It's one of the worst like effects jobs I've ever seen in filmmaking, hands down.
Yeah, for the amount of money supposedly spent on that, which is probably underreported as well.
It's ungodly. It's practically the same like budget as Avatar, and you see Avatar 1 and 2, and the effects are just insane on those pieces. So you don't need these. Back to the other point, which is you don't need a mega budget to make these films. You just need a $4,000 camera and $80 million other dollars. So get out there, guys. You can do it.
That's all you need. Just cut.
That's all you need.
Just cut the camera. Like, that's the bare bones budget you want. Is get the lowest quality camera and then spend $79,950,000 on other stuff.
Exactly. See,
on
this
catering.
is big brain thinking on Gray's channel. You're welcome.
I really appreciate it because, usually you got to put up with me waffling on nonsense. Yeah. This is great. This is amazing. I'm feeling like really, what do you call it? Really stupid. Like, and that's why I'm being quiet.
Like, I looked it up, and you can make a movie like Commando today for $55 million. I looked it up to see what the inflation would be versus what the budget was back in that day. And you can make something ridiculous like that, and people will go watch it, or at least tune into it on Netflix. And it's cheap. It's cheap. Just go get yourself an up and coming roided out actor, and have him shoot bad guys for an hour and a half.
Just get Zaxx. Hire Zaxx. He'll be cheap. No problem.
Zaxx and I have actually discussed this, and he's cheap.
I knew it.
Cheap.
Yeah.
He's probably
cheap.
He's probably cheaper than a $4,000 camera that I'm going to shoot him with.
He asked me, like, how much money would it take? And I said, what scale? I've never heard of that. And then we went from there.
Perfect.
Yeah.
What do you reckon to this comment from Mads again? It's because of how little time the artists have, the multiple projects going on at once, the constant input from the studio, input to change this or that has to be done by a date set in stone.
But it's also like, at least in the way his name is Tim Kaine. He did Fallout, all the Fallout games. He did Outer Worlds, and he was talking about Outer Worlds. He wanted them to implement a system that he designed for Fallout where your enemies target whoever did the most damage to them first. So if there's more than one person they're fighting, it makes sense, right? And he wanted that put into Outer Worlds, and they're like, the programmer said we need 4 weeks to do that, and he said, I already did that code. It's right here. I can do it in 45 minutes. I can do it before lunch. And people threatened to walk out. His programmers were going to quit if he did any programming for it. And so they became this big thing where they agreed to implement into the game that he was making, that he's lead designer on, with his code, but they would need 2 weeks to implement that code. Not they step back from 4 weeks to 2 weeks instead of 45 minutes. He's like, I'll just do it. And like, if you do that, we're out. Like, that's what you're dealing with. So like, it's the same kinds of people. And so, yeah, time is money. And they may not have time, but when they say we don't have enough time, like, whose scale is that on?
Yeah. And they try to cut time too. Like with Marvel, they'll write the script as they'll write the beats that they want you to hit first. So like usually it's all the action sequences and who the villain is. And then as they're filming those action sequences, they have a writing team come in and write everything that happens in between. And you could tell though, like they've been doing that since phase 4. And you can tell with the quality. It's like we don't need 3 Marvel films a year. We can do with one if it's good. I don't believe in superhero fatigue either. I believe in bad movie fatigue. And I think Marvel's just on this warpath of just all they want to do is just have that conveyor belt running. And it's steaming, dude. I mean, that conveyor belt's smoking at this point. They need to stop the factory and reset some stuff here.
They've got Zaxx, they've got to do an Excalibur. They've got to like discover what has been lost for King Arthur. Exactly, they've got to find the Grail. What has been lost, Zaxx? Come on.
They have to go back to just like, they've got this idea where the actual quality of the product is secondary to whatever their message is and who they want to have cast in the role of director and things like that. So they're not crafting a good film at all. They don't even, that's way back because we're going to get money no matter what. People are going to come see this movie because MCU, baby. Except for we're not now.
But they're losing money. They're losing so much money. They've got to admit it, but they're not, are they? They certainly seem to be following that path. Or is it because it's been set like 2 or 3 years ago? You know, there's still the stuff that's coming out has been like being made, for 3 or 4 or 5 years ago, that kind of thing.
That's what I think, yeah.
Yeah, it's already set in stone. You know, what we're getting now was set in stone 2 years ago. Is usually the timeline. Is
it too late to change it?
If they stop now, 2 years, they could stop the bleeding.
They should have stopped like 3 or 4 years ago, shouldn't they? But they insisted.
But they just renewed She-Hulk for a 2nd season, right? So, I mean,
did they really?
I think so. Yeah, I think it's renewed.
My God.
Oh, jeez.
I thought I read that somewhere. I could be wrong.
Zoro's getting paid so much more than her.
I know.
Oh, I know.
That's hilarious.
And he's sending Chiba's son.
He's
What's the connection?
In Japan. I don't know.
Different companies, like completely different productions, different countries.
Got it, Zaxx. It's because he's got green hair and she was green. Come on. There we go.
That's right. That makes sense.
Oh, nice connection there, Gray.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Man.
That's what I'm here for.
That's a good thread. I followed that thread.
We got Mads in the chat here. I know I make this joke a lot, but this is legit the longest I've watched a stream without me on the panel. Is this true?
Wow. We're doing something right.
You came for Copa and Zaxx and stayed for me, didn't you? Come on, admit it.
We're all here for you, Gray.
Gray.
Oh man.
Gray, have you read this book?
I'm too scared. I'm not sharing anything from Copa ever again.
This one's okay. I promise. All right. I'm being nice now. Have you read this book?
When he says that, be careful.
Be sure. It's not his favorite video, is it?
It's not. I know it looks pornographic in backstage, but it's not. Not.
I have a copy, but I have not yet read it. And Nosferatu is like,
God, Gray.
Come on, Gray. What are you doing? Get it read.
It's one of the best books ever made, baby. Ever written. And it's a shame that it's not a film yet. It's a shame.
Oh, come on. You'd murder it in a movie. Copa, surely. It wouldn't be any good.
If they did what?
If they made a movie of it, I'm sure they'd butcher it.
No way.
You know what I mean?
So I've already dreamt this up. You get the guy who directed Bone Tomahawk and Dragged Across Concrete to direct Blood Meridian. Dude, you've already set sail to one of the best movies ever made. This is a fantastic book. You're following a bunch of scalp hunters in Mexico, and they do it under the guise that, you know, they're doing it to free the Mexicans from the Apache. Nope. They're just killing anything that crosses their path.
Moved. Good night, Shieldwall. Thanks, man.
Have a good one, Shieldwall.
Oh, good night.
Awesome saying, what the fuck is this? Copa.
Oh yeah, awesome one. Blood Meridian. Read it.
I've got a different
Study
cover,
it.
nowhere near as good as that cover. I've got a really crappy cover on mine.
Do you have the one where
could you fit a girl boss in there somehow?
Let's see, is there a girl who survives this band? No. No. And that's what makes it a great movie. Is that there will be no women. And the women that are in there, they get their heads blown off.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Like the first thing they do when they finally get to Mexico and they're about to start scalp hunting is they find an old Apache woman, like a grandmother, and the leader of the gang just caps her in the head, just blows her head off right then and there, and then has one of the other guys scalp her, and there you go.
Okay,
there's $100.
Okay, let me stop you there for a second, though, Copa, because what she could do is she could dodge the bullet, grab the gun, right? Shoot that guy, shoot the other guy, and scalp them both. That'd be a way better film.
And then lead the rest of the gang.
Yes, and win their freedom.
See, now you're thinking like a Hollywood producer, Zaxx. I like this.
Yeah.
We're going to make no money.
What if she was black? Let's just throw that out there too. Why not?
Yeah, there's like one or two black Mexicans out there. Black Apache Mexicans.
They have to exist somewhere. I mean, and if you say you
why
can't,
stop there?
I mean,
why stop there? Make her a lesbian.
Oh well, definitely she's a lesbian. Yeah.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah. But she's been taken advantage of by men earlier in her life, so that she still resents men.
Exactly. And eventually she teaches the gang that they're misogynist. Maybe
in the end they could scalp their nuts as like a homage to her. Like, you're so right, lady. We shouldn't be using these things. We don't deserve them. And they cut their nuts off. That's a great way to end the film. Maybe a dance number.
I think we got a winner here.
We're gonna get made. This movie is gonna get made.
You know, someone's writing this down right now.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. I don't have that
Great.
cover.
Solo cam yourself, dude. You can't see it.
I've got background noise. Mrs. W's making a coffee, so I'll say muted.
Let's see it. Zaxx, have you read this yet?
No.
Oh, dude, you'll love it.
I've read I didn't read this one for whatever reason, but it's probably the one I should have read.
Which one did you read? The Road?
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, I don't know why. Like, mine's kind of a fruity cover as well. It's weird. That does not fit the description of what's going on.
What has this got to do with the story? Seriously, what does this cover tell you about this story? Come on.
You know what that tells me? A romance novel.
Yeah, it looks like a romance novel. It's like The Notebook or something.
Yeah.
Thank you. Just got a nice coffee off Mrs. W. That's awesome. How do I make myself small?
Wow.
Bigger Mrs. W. No, I'm joking. There we go. I can't stop sharing Copa for some reason. You'll have to do it.
Oh.
It's not letting me stop sharing your thank you, darling. That's what I was trying to do. That's why it took me like 10 hours to
just call me darling.
Thanks, darling.
Is that some kind of English thing, or are you hitting on me?
Oh, it's an English thing, and I'm hitting on you both at the same time.
Oh, okay. Okay, I get it now, darling.
Blood Meridian, or The Evening Redness in the West.
Yeah.
I love that, like, semi-title.
Not
to say it's a bit of a slow start, but once you get through like the first couple of chapters, it gets like really good.
It slow rolls the first 6 chapters, but it for sure rolls like once they get out of prison and into Mexico, and actually right when they shoot the old woman in the head, that's when it starts spiraling out of control for like 26 chapters. Yeah. Jesus. And then it has one of the best written villains of all time. And it's really a shame that he's not on screen. It's like imagining Marlon Brando in Apocalypse Now running around in the West scalping people.
Ooh.
Is that the judge?
Yeah, Judge
The
Holden.
Judge. Take it easy, nay. Thanks, mate. You have a
Yeah,
good one. Is that a
show you.
banana on the cover? Ask someone. Jana banana. Where are we? Was it? No, there's a feather, isn't there? Here, there's a feather. There's some weird, like, dried flowers. What the hell's that?
Nah, check your DMs.
Yes, Zaxx, of course. More the merrier. It'll be the first time. I think it's the first time I've met in the chat. I might have seen him in chats. Is it your channel or Copa's?
He gets around.
Yeah. He just kind of bullies his way onto everybody's channel.
He was on fire at one point, though. So he gets like a bit of a pass.
Yeah.
Hey, you lovely Sherry.
Oh, you get comments before StreamYard shows. That's weird. Nos is saying this book can't be made into a movie. It would have to be a show with no corporate oversight. Sherry, great to see you. I'm not drunk, by the way, so I won't be scarily like virtual stalking you again. Don't worry.
This is
What do you think about that?
Yeah, so this is supposed to be the depiction of Judge Holden.
Ooh, Alistair Crowley over there on the right. Wow.
Whoa.
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Sherry.
That's kind of hot.
He's a beast. He's a sexy beast.
Getting warnings from Nos. Mad is cool, but for the love of God, don't let him take over Grey streams. Oh
Dude,
no! What are you setting me up here, Zaxx, for?
Just have him come on, but mute his microphone. We'll be fine.
Okay. Should I say like technical problems and just like boot him?
Yeah, like
Salty style.
You're breaking up, bro.
Am I?
Great. When you going to do another samurai stream? Damn, he just bounced on me.
I got paranoid. I thought breaking up.
I wonder if it works if you just keep clicking the mute button. Like you just keep doing this. Does that work?
Samurai stream. What? I don't know.
Yeah.
We just left. Okay. No
What
worries.
samurai films have you not seen yet or covered yet?
Too many. So many. I don't think I've covered any
Kari?
on this channel.
Have you done 13 Assassins?
No, I haven't covered any.
Oh my God.
It's crazy, right?
Oh, dude. Have you guys seen 13 Assassins? Either one of you?
Yep.
Gray, have
I
you
don't
seen
remember it,
13
though.
Assassins?
No, I haven't. I've heard the title. It's one of those like, I've heard the title, Copa, but I've no idea. 13 Assassins, okay.
Oh my God.
Sell it to
It's
me,
like-
come on.
Okay, elevator pitch. It's Seven Samurai on crack.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm interested.
There you go. Instead of 7, there's 13.
That's it? Okay.
Yeah.
You have
Well,
backup
no,
plan.
it like,
That's good.
dude, the last ending. I don't understand how Zaxx doesn't remember the ending because the last 30 minutes, 40 minutes is just straight up sword fights. Like they have a big battle where the 13 assassins like take out maybe 150 guys. They have it all set up in this town to ambush this like small little army of samurai, and they just take them all out, wipe them out because they're trying to assassinate this one dude who's a tyrant in the lands.
Okay.
And so they pretty much get hired to assassinate him. And they finally ambush him in the small town, and they have to cut through like 150 dudes to get to him. It's pretty intense.
I've only seen this once, and it was in the theater way back then. That was a long time ago. My brain has taken some serious damage since then.
That's
Mine too.
CTE talking, dude.
Yeah, a little bit of that too. Sure, why not? Yeah, this was a fun movie, but it's
Yeah,
not
it
very
was.
diverse. So, like, be forewarned.
Yeah. There might be no black people in it. I'm not sure.
And that hairstyle is a bit, I don't know. It's a bit much.
Guys, have you seen The English with Emily Blunt? pretty gritty Western. Obama's talking about it. I tried to watch that. It's not on Amazon Japan for some reason. I can't get it on any streaming service. Is it worth a look? Zaxx? Copa?
I liked it.
I haven't seen it yet. No. So I don't know.
Okay.
Is that one of her first?
No, it was recent. It was
Really?
a series. Yeah. Like last year, maybe? I like it. It was good. It's good. Like there are some, they do make an effort to make some of the stuff she's able to do more believable, which I did appreciate, but some of it was still, there was one particular scene that was a bit too much. But overall, it wasn't like, that was when she came out with that article right on the same time saying that she wouldn't take a role that was a strong female lead because she thinks that's boring.
Oh, yeah.
And so even though in this she was probably a strong female lead, but she needed help, and she pays some serious price for it too, to try to get revenge. It has a great villain in it though. He is an outstanding villain. I don't even know who the actor was, but he does a fantastic job.
Okay, I like the sound of that. We need more good villains, don't we, these days in film and movies?
He's a very good, like pure, just you hate him from the very beginning. So,
what is this on? Oh, it's on Prime. I'm gonna have to check it out. This has slipped through the cracks for me. I never even heard of it.
I did a review for it on
Western. I like the sound of it.
I made it into a short. So
Zaxx, she's not like a Mary Sue ridiculous over OP'd character. Is it pretty realistic?
It's realistic because this was a thing that she planned for so long, that she trained for so long, that she was good at a few things that I would not have expected her to be good at, and she was also not so good at a lot of other stuff that she needed people to come and fill in to help with. So she was very vulnerable and all that stuff too. But yeah, it was believable enough for me.
When did you do a review on it? Like last year?
Yeah, but it was I made it into a review short.
Okay.
Yeah, but good performances, I thought, by everyone. There's something Spencer, his last name is. He's the other lead. He's a First Nations indigenous person.
I don't know how you pronounce it. It's is it
Chasky?
Chaske?
Yes.
Chaske.
Yeah.
Chaske. Pretty cool.
He's very good in it.
And
there's
he
some
plays
other
the
good,
native.
He does play the native. There's some other good side villains too. There's one story that doesn't really ever get finished, and that was a bit of a disappointment. Like you think it's going to go somewhere, and it kind of really doesn't. But for the most part, yeah.
Cool, Sherry. Yeah, it gets a Zaxx recommendation, and I've heard say that's why I wanted to try and watch it. I've heard good things about it. Always up for a decent Western.
I'm a sucker for the Emily Blunt, man. So
there is that too,
yeah. There's also like they turn sort of the meme of the peaceful Indian on its head in this too, which I did think was good.
Oh, you mean they weren't all loving and just waiting to be massacred? Is that what you're trying to say?
Apparently not, according to this.
Weird.
Yeah, everything wasn't peaceful before we got there and ruined everything. And some of them take advantage of each other too.
All these tribes lived in harmony.
It's amazing. Yep.
And then the English showed up.
That's right. Blame me for everything again. Come on, Jesus. Samurai Champloo. I have watched it. No, so I've not finished the season yet, but it is really good. It's by the makers of Cowboy Bebop, of course, as you can tell, the style. Yeah. This is pretty cool.
It's a fantastic
this,
show.
Don't you? Copa, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I've seen it a couple times.
Really good.
Good show. If you're going into it expecting Cowboy Bebop, you're not going to get it. But
no,
it does have like some kind of like flair to it, because it's got this like lo-fi hip hop soundtrack to it, and I forget the name. I think it's Watanabe is who created this show and Bebop, and he loves to like play with genres inside of a genre. Like Bebop was primarily a sci-fi, but I was saying on another stream, like that show was just so insane that it could easily just be whatever genre it wanted to be, and it would master it perfectly. That's
did you
the
say
anime.
It plays with genres inside a vagina, or did I mishear?
Gray
No,
is
that's
finally coming
exactly-
on board.
Yeah, thank you. I'm glad Gray's finally listening to me.
Zax's got something to share here. Here we go.
So this is one of these smaller villains from that show. And-
Jesus.
yeah, right. Her eyelids have been cut off,
Oh no.
and so she
Yes.
wears goggles.
Fuck
That's-
yeah! I'm watching the show tonight.
Yeah, it's pretty dark. This show's very dark. Yeah,
This
Watch
is
it,
something you'd see
definitely.
in Blood
Oh,
Meridian.
man.
yeah. It's
Hail zombie.
messed up, but yeah, that's she's one of the villains. But you can understand her motivation given what she lives with.
Oh my god.
He's zombie man.
That's freaking me out, Zaxx, that image. It really is. I
Yeah,
definitely
it's
want to
something
watch
else.
it. Man.
Yeah, and it's a western, so there's not enough good westerns.
Are there any Bath, should I say Bath? Very posh British accent. Any Bath scenes with Emily Blunt? I need to know. I need to know this right now.
Don't think so.
Okay.
No. Yeah, there you go.
I think Lovely
English.
Sherry was saying he was in one of the Twilight movies, maybe, or the actor.
Could have
so
been. He was his story is complicated too because he was a cavalryman and he was a scout for the cavalry and he was actually, I think he was a sergeant or captain. He got fairly high up, and so his own people hated him for the most part, and but he wasn't like the cavalry were super happy to have him either. So he's got like that kind of a balance of what is his goal here, what is he trying to do, and you do find out what his motivation is, and it does make sense. So yeah, I thought it was well done. Anyway,
awesome. No, I really appreciate that. The reminder. I
Do you
do need to
see-
get it watched.
Do you see
Awesome,
her eyelids get sliced off, or are they already like that?
I don't want to spoil it.
Okay, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it.
Do it. I tell you what, I've been watching Copa and Zaxx. I think I mentioned it last week, but The Wire season 2 just restarted that. That first episode, that's got one of the best drinking scenes I think I've ever seen in a series in a club. It's the dock workers. They go down, the bar after work. They're all having shots and beer. Then a band starts playing live. It just goes on all night. It's the way it's shot. Sorry, this is random, but it just, man, I think that's absolutely awesome. It makes me want to have a drink when I watch it. It's like, fucking hell, I need a drink right now. This is so good. I'm so
There's
easy.
a part in Red Dead Redemption 2 where you go drinking with your buddies, and like it is
really?
great. Yeah, it's like in the beginning of the game, and it's a great like montage of just them drinking in this bar, and that always makes me want to have a drink with them, because they do, like, at one point they're so drunk they're doing the can with each other in the middle of the bar. It's really funny.
It sounds like you need to play some of the Yakuza games that Noz is a big expert on. Like some of those scenes, you can do whatever in those, get drunk, do karaoke. There's like weird scenes of men, like if you've got a baby fetish, dressed as babies, being, ordered around by, club hostesses and stuff. What is going on with that? This is Japanese games, man.
I don't have a baby fetish, so yeah.
Just by the
you know,
dark on us.
You do have a baby though, and congratulations on
I
that.
do.
Well done, sir.
It's just kind of funny that they label this game Yakuza, and you're doing all this instead.
It's just crazy options you can do. Apparently, go to like the weird clubs in Japan. It's a very realistic. It's going around Tokyo, the weird clubs, the city streets. It looks awesome, and you can do karaoke in there as well. Sing about being stupid. Baka mitai. So guys, sorry, I'm just a bit random. Should we wrap things up? It's getting late for you, isn't it? Kind of coming to an end. We always get around 2 hours, don't we, Zaxx?
Yeah. Whatever you want, Greg. I'm here for you. And yes, Nos, Red Dead 2 is a masterpiece.
Where is he?
It's no Red Dead 1, but it's good.
Really?
Yeah, I love Red Dead 1 better.
I want to hear that argument.
It's just because of the spaghetti western feel that Red Dead 1 had. It's just I really felt like I was playing the good, bad, and the ugly in that game.
Mate,
That's all it is. But I really did like Red Dead 2. I thought it was one of the best games ever made as well.
It's because Arthur Morgan is such a good character.
He really is. He really is. But I liked God, why can't I think of his name right now? The main character.
Good night, Jana.
Red Dead.
Good night, Jana. Have a good sleep. Nice dreams.
John Marston?
Yeah, John Marston. Especially his the ending to his arc was fantastically done. And I kind of didn't see that coming at all. So it was a little bit of a shocker what happened to him. So I had an overall I thought I had an overall better experience. And the multiplayer to Red Dead 1 was fantastic. Like, I don't know why Rockstar well, I know why Rockstar dropped the ball on Red Dead 2, but Red Dead 2 could have easily topped it if they actually put the time and effort into it. But they didn't. But Red Dead 1 multiplayer, man, I couldn't get out of that game for the life of me.
The Red Dead 2 multiplayer was broken for me because I play on PC, and so it was everything had hacks everywhere. Like everyone was hacking everything constantly. So there'd be horses falling from the sky, and like that kind of stuff is funny at first, but like you can't get through a playthrough session, and then like I would just explode, like, and I don't know why, but like you just explode. Some guy had this code where he was just exploding people. It was so you couldn't play the game at all. It was that bad.
That's actually kind of funny though. Like
it's kind of funny until you're like, you're like, I'm not gonna play this anymore. It was fun. Yeah. It's a fun story, and you get a laugh, and you're like, okay, well, fuck this then.
Copa, watch out! We got awesome one flirting with Jana in the chat. I know she's going to bed, but just let you know. No, I'm joking, man. I'm joking.
No, I'm getting red with anger because he's right.
She is the best part, especially her feet.
She is. Oh, I know. Well, I keep telling her, like, dude, put your feet up in the camera and spread your toes.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
But she doesn't listen to me. She doesn't think it will help. It's not that she's shy. She's just like, I don't think that will help. Yeah. She's like, that sounds like a hack, and it sounds like we're cheating. So
the Gun, I played Gun. That was a fun Western, but I don't like Rockstar is only doing like basically like they're not doing any new games anymore. It's just they're doing updates for GTA, it seems like, and the live service games as service model there. So they stopped working on everything else. But if they could do a Red Dead Revolver redo, like a remake or reskin at least, and then Red Dead Redemption 1, and that I think people would love that.
Yeah. If they brought back the Red Dead 1 multiplayer, yeah, I'd be in.
The Undead Nightmare or the multiplayer.
That too. I remember that glitch when it was just the zombie glitch. And then everybody had so much fun with it that they turned it into a game with Undead Nightmare.
Did you play Gun?
Cool.
No, I didn't play Gun.
It was fun. Good one.
Was it?
Mm-hmm. Very
Is it
similar.
Rockstar as well?
I don't think so, no.
There was another Western game around the same time as the first Red Dead.
Oh no. Warning here from Nos. He's talking to Sherry, but he's saying that the systems will be good, but the old Rockstar people have left, and it's openly stated they're going in a more woke direction.
Yeah, and I've heard rumors that GTA 6 is just going to be a bare bones story, just so they can get the GTA 6 online up and running. Like that's what they're working on, is just updating the online stuff, and that's it. So you're not going to get much of a story from 6, and plus you're playing a girl, and who wants to play as a girl? Like not even girls want to play as girls.
Just Nos does, I think. It's all
I think
for him.
so, yeah.
He secretly wants to be a girl. You could tell.
I
It's
like playing as a girl. It's like, in a video game, you've got something to look at, haven't you? Rather than looking at a guy.
Well, that's true. Well, I like to play online and then just like catfish dudes. I'm like, yeah. Just a lonely girl. I don't know what I'm doing. You want to give me your loot box? You want to loot my box? What do you want to do?
You're triggering Nos, Zaxx. Zaxx, don't call.
I know.
Just okay. It's Blood Meridian of Westerns games.
Neversoft. I didn't know it was a Neversoft game. Gun.
Okay.
I liked it. It had a like the what's that called? The slow down time in Red Dead. What's
like bullet time?
Yeah, bullet time thing. It had a bullet time mechanic as well.
Ooh.
But
Maybe I
it was
do
fun.
remember this game. Was it for 360? Xbox 360?
I think that's what I played it on, yeah.
I think I do kind of remember that coming out. There was one that came out and it was very that's what it was. Yeah, the Deadeye. There was another one, and I can't remember what it was called, but it was another Western that came out around the same time as the first Red Dead. Not Red Dead Redemption, but the one before it. I can't remember what
Red
it was called.
Dead Revolver was the first one.
Yeah, Red Dead Revolver, but there was something that like came out head to head with it. And
it might have been Gun.
Was it?
It could.
It doesn't ring bells. There's something. If someone said the title, I think I'd remember it. But
I think I played it on the PC. Actually, I think is what I played it on.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Copa. On that note, should we wrap things up? Having a yawn.
There it is.
So, guys, come on.
It.
Where is it? Where is it going?
Nas has the title. Call Juarez. Yeah, that was it. That was the one I played too. I haven't played Gun.
I don't know.
I'm gonna look up gameplay now.
Jesus. Not since the days of the N64, Copa. That's me. That's my my last video game. GoldenEye, stuff like that. Jesus.
Dude,
years ago.
GoldenEye was the shit. What are you talking about?
It was amazing at the time. Yeah, it was ahead of its time.
Did you play Perfect Dark?
No, I didn't.
Oh my god! So Perfect Dark was supposed to be the GoldenEye Part 2, but then they got sued by the Broccoli's.
Oh shit! Really?
I didn't know.
Yeah,
that.
so then they had to reskin it as a completely different game. Rare did, and yeah, like Perfect Dark was even better. I thought was better than GoldenEye. It never got it. It never got its just dues. And then, of course, Star Fox 64. I mean, who we kidding here? Star Fox was the shit. And if there was one Nintendo game that deserves like a franchise sequel every time they have a new iteration of a console, it's Star Fox. I don't get why they can't get off their ass and make a new Star Fox game.
Okay, I don't time out here for a second. This is important. The voice cast for Gun: Thomas Jane, Lance Henriksen, Chris Christopherson, Brad Dourif, Ron Perlman, Tom Skerritt. Holy shit.
Holy shit, dude.
That's a hell of a cast.
No kidding.
Insane.
For a video game.
For a video game people barely know.
Yeah.
Barely remember.
Wow.
What in the fuck? I'm going to have to look this up when we get off.
Yeah, as well. Do it right now. What the hell? How old is it, guys? Is it a few years old?
2005.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah.
It might run on my computer then.
It's an oldie for sure. I think it's on Steam though.
Yeah, it'll be on Steam. Gun.
Pull up a gameplay video, Gray.
Should I?
Yeah. Gameplay videos are okay. You never get demonetized for that.
Oh, really?
No. If you get demonetized for a gameplay video, holy shit, you'd probably be the first streamer to do that. You probably get remonetized. You probably get so many donations. Game. Yeah, for 2005 game. I don't think they're going to come after you.
Okay, and so let's get to the actual gameplay to set this up. In 4K. Sounds amazing. Oh, it's showing us it. I didn't realize it was showing, guys. Sorry. Right.
Elk bed. I can smell them. Tracks are fresh. Come on.
It's as high as it goes.
It's like EverQuest in a Western.
This way. There he is.
The sound is amazing.
Got him.
Sounds great on headphones, isn't it? Wow.
Go get that buck, John Marston.
It's So Copa, like, forgive me for being stupid because I'm stupid. Like, video game music doesn't normally get hit, does it? Because I've done game streams before, but it's like usually really old games.
I don't think so.
You don't get hit by for music, do you? Unless it's a proper track or something, like a music.
I don't even think like if you streamed like GTA 5 and you're listening to something in the car, I don't think you'd get hit for that either. I really think that game streams are like they're let go. Like you can stream gameplay footage all day long and you'll be fine.
Jesus, that sounds amazing. That's coming like even on my little earbuds.
Wait here.
She's hot.
Be back in a moment. Did you bring it? Where is it?
Nosferatu.
It is
Boobies,
John
10 out of 10 from Grey. There you go.
That's what I'm saying. It's John Marston, right?
It is, yeah.
Holy shit! I wonder how much Rockstar
Oh, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
lifted from this. Did Gun come out before Red Dead Redemption?
A glorious bounty, my son.
Yeah, things before
Truly,
Redemption, for
the
sure.
Lord has blessed you with the talent of a marksman.
I do all right, preacher.
I'll rest easy tonight knowing one so capable as you is among us.
Yeah, this is really good. Let me get to some actual shooting action. Where are we? That looks so cool, man.
Get him! Fire! Where the hell is it? Tear this ship apart.
Holy shit! I need to play this game.
Drop that cold.
Where that
Nosferatu, you weren't joking, were you, man? Bloody hell.
the cabin? God damn
Is this on Steam?
Yep.
For what? 99 cents?
That I don't know.
Let me see.
They're climbing over the railing on the north side.
That is so cool, guys. That looks amazing.
That looks
You're
fantastic.
Barbie, I hope you're... What a
That
great
was
recommendation.
5 years before Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah. Yeah, Red Dead was 2010 that I
2010.
saw. And this was 2005.
But Red Dead Revolver was 2004. So right around, they would have like really kind of run into each other there, I would think.
This is recorded on a PC in 4K Ultra HD. It doesn't say which version, but I guess it's the Steam. Yeah, the Windows Steam version. Ooh. Very cool. Okay. Nice one.
Nas is, or maybe Zaxx, is this open world too? Like Red Dead was?
I don't remember. I don't think it was that open. Like I don't. It's probably as open as Red Dead Revolver was. I don't think it's as open as Red Dead Redemption was, because that was a whole gen later.
Right.
That was 360, and this was Xbox.
That looks amazing.
I believe. I could be wrong.
I'm going to look up how much it is on Steam right now. I bet you it's cheap. It's got to be cheap. It's got to be like
Copa,
99
do you and
cents,
Zaxx,
right?
Do you guys still game regularly or not? Because with the time it takes, with YouTubing and stuff, I don't know if I'd have time. I'm scared to buy a game in case, be like, okay, get really into it and that's it.
Yeah, I just started getting back into gaming.
Okay.
I downloaded Sniper Elite 4 because I get to go to Italy and kill my own. So that's fun.
Nice.
And then to piss off Mads, I went into Lofty's channel one night on their stream and I won a copy of Starfield, so I was playing that.
Did you? Did you get Starfield?
Yeah, I got Starfield. Yeah, I don't like it. I can't get into it. I just can't get into it. It's boring as shit. And the controls are kind of whack. And like I was describing on the chill stream the other night, like you have these like cutscenes when you go to a planet. So you never actually fly into a planet. You just fast travel into it. And then what I want is to be able to like lock into a planet and then fly through its atmosphere and try not to die. And then land my ship. And then another thing that pissed me off is like you can't get into your ship and explore the planet. Like you go to like an outpost and then you get to explore the outpost, and if you want to explore the rest of the planet, well, you're doing it on fucking foot. And that doesn't make any fucking sense because I got a ship right there. Like, let me take off and just like fly over the whole planet with my ship. Like, how hard is this? Like, there's a lot of things that you think logically would happen in this game, and they don't produce it whatsoever. So, like, and everybody says like, oh, you know, you got to play like 6 hours to really start getting the feel for it. But like, dude, if I got to dump 5 hours into a game to actually start enjoying it, I don't want to play it. So, I mean, I play it when I'm bored or whatever, but I don't know. I've been playing Sniper Elite. I'm just kind of grinding on that solo mish. And yeah, Steam's having some really good sales right now. What was it?
I'm tempted to get the Blade Runner, the old Blade Runner game, Copa, off Steam. Very tempted.
Oh yeah. Was it any good?
I haven't played it. He said it's decent. Yeah, it's
okay.
Pretty basic, but it's got the music and the look, even though it's old. Zaxx, come in. Maybe cut you off. How about you? Are you gaming much these days, or not really?
Yeah, when I can, I play. Right now, I'm playing through Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh,
I'm liking that, but I'm a person who. The problem with me with games like that is I'm a completionist, sort of. So it takes me forever to get through a game. Like I have to go. I have to go do everything, and so meanwhile, my kid is playing it too, but he's got 4 characters, and he's like in Act 3 with 2 of them, and I'm still in Act 1. I have 1 character, and I'm just still grinding my way through the Grimforge area because I want to find.
You suck.
I want to find everything. Yeah. So as one recommendation though I've got is as much as their store sucks, I won't say that it's a good store. The Epic Game Store, they have free games every week, and so over time I've got 249 games for free from the Epic Game Store.
Really?
Yeah,
really,
including like games like the Sniper Elite. That's where I have that one from. It was one of their free games. So, I mean, don't even install them if you don't want to. You can just claim them and leave it. But
yeah,
some decent games. The Metro games are on there too.
So, this is what I have on my wish list that I need to pull the trigger on because it's so cheap on Steam. Civilization 6 is under $15 right now, and then all of the BioShock Remastered is under $15 as well.
That's a good deal.
Actually, the whole collection is $12. It's 80% off right now. And then Cyberpunk is 40% off at $36. And I haven't played Cyberpunk yet. But from what I understand, like they updated it to like a Cyberpunk 2.0, and yeah, it turned into a fantastic game. It went from a very buggy, crappy game that couldn't run to something that is like remarkable. And then I guess the new downloadable content that just came out is fantastic. So I don't know. I'm eyeballing that as well, and I'm like, man, $36 for Cyberpunk.
It's tempting.
It's very tempting.
It looks amazing.
But so is that BioShock Remastered, because I still haven't played the last one. Or I haven't played. Actually, I haven't played all the way through the first BioShock, to be honest with you. Like I started it and then I had to give it back to my friend, and I just never went back to it. And I've been dying to get back into the BioShock world. And then Nas showed me like what the BioShock Infinite was supposed to be.
Yes.
Like the city in the clouds. Holy shit, dude.
Yeah.
That's insane. That's complete insanity what it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
So
it looked way better than what it ended up being. I didn't even play through that one, even though I loved the BioShock games. And I liked that game. It felt like you were on rails.
Oh, really?
To me. Yeah. For me, it did. Yeah. You could see it was like set piece after set piece, and you could see the set piece coming because you could see like, well, all these doors are definitely going to close. And then there's like obvious cover points, and it really took me out of the world and the story, because every time you walk into a room, you're waiting for the next enemies to spawn and the doors to close, so you're locked in, and I didn't like that.
Well, that's weird, dude. Do you think they
I love
did that
XCOM, though.
because? Do you think they did that because they had developed like what it was supposed to be, and then they had to scrap it and work real quick on a deadline?
I don't know. I don't know why they scrapped it.
Well, I'm guessing they just didn't have the whatever machines were going to run it didn't have the resources to run it. Like they're probably going to have to wait for the next generation, right? Because just looking at like what they were trying to accomplish with that prototype that they were demonstrating, like that's a lot of information for an Xbox 360 to handle. There's a lot of stuff going on.
No, I was just talking about the Blade Runner game from the 90s, and yeah, that I've played a bit of that one, and there's like some lore to that too, where they there may be a remaster of it at some point, but they tried to do it years ago, and they lost. Apparently, they lost the source code, like the actual code for the game is gone. It went from like buyer to buyer, and at some point, it just no one could find it. I guess they wanted to remaster it years ago, so because it's a point and click game.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I heard. Here's a brief look at Cyberpunk 2077 2.0 Phantom Liberty.
Yeah, it looks insane, dude.
It is. Just for that bike action, I mean. Copa.
Yeah. I don't know about the enemy density and the crowd density. I'm pretty sure you can.
He's got commentary, the guy, so unfortunately. That looks amazing, doesn't it? It looks pretty cool.
And then imagine if you can skin it to be Tetsuo's bike.
Yes.
Fucking rad.
Yeah, they have the bundle with.
Why should I trust you?
Phantom
Gave me
Liberty.
a seizure a second ago. A side effect. I'm sorry.
How much?
If it's any console.
I'm so tempted for Cyberpunk. Nosferatu, you got to stop that.
It's like 80 Canadian. Not sure.
Cyberpunk, man.
Let me see. Because I have the
something.
I just have the just original, or not original, but the first Cyberpunk in my.
Your Barmy, I've heard that, mate. Shadowrun Games, yeah, supposed to like make you think of Blade Runner. I've heard they're supposed to be really good as well. Oh dear, too many games, not enough time, Zaxx, is there?
Yeah, that's it.
Simple.
Yeah, I don't have time. Really, to get an hour in a day, that's kind of the best I'm gonna get.
That's
and then it's
good,
like if you're playing a game, you're not doing anything for YouTube either, right?
Right. That's it.
And so, like Copa, you're writing scripts and making actual videos.
Yeah.
Whereas I just don't do that right now. And that takes up a ton of time, so you can't do that end game. It's kind of one or the other.
No, like last night was the first time I had like just a little bit of time, and I was too tired to do anything else. So I sat down with Sniper Elite for like maybe 45 minutes, and then I was like, all right, I'm good. I'm going to bed now. Like that's
it.
I used to be able to sit down and like game for 6 hours, and now it's like 45 minutes is like a good maximum for me. 45 minutes to an hour. All right, I'm good to go. Which is fine with me. Like, I don't know.
Well,
like I haven't gamed in like maybe a year and a half. And so just slowly getting back into it. And I already know like this is probably the maximum I'm going to get is 45 minutes a day. But the problem is that I'm looking at Steam and their ridiculously low prices for some of the games that I never got around to. And now I'm like, will I be, that's the question is, will I be dropping money on something I'm not going to be spending any time on?
Right.
That is the question.
Now, see, Sniper Elite 4, that was perfect because it was $6 on a deal on a weekend deal on Steam. So I was like, okay, yeah, I mean, I'll totally get that. But I don't know. Yeah, I think I will get BioShock though because it's pretty damn cheap.
Guys, before we wrap things up, I know I said that a while ago, but before we finish, if you had to shout out one game recommendation, it can be anything. Like you say, Gray, you haven't gamed for a long time. You gotta play this. What would you go for? It can be anything. I'll play any game. maybe not strategy. I'm not the biggest fan of strategy, but on the spot. On the spot. Thinking time. Where are we? While we think, let's have a bit of this. I want to play Akira the game, be able to just like cycle, motorcycle down the streets of Tokyo, Neo Tokyo. Fucking hell, that'd be amazing.
That would be. See, that's what I wanted Cyberpunk to be. And then when I saw that it was all buggy and shit, I was like, oh man, like it had so much promise to be like walking through Blade Runner and then Neo Tokyo.
Yeah,
but it's too buggy.
I would say to recommend something outside the norm, and not strategy, because I like the Warhammer games. I like all the Total War games, so that's strategy. I like XCOM games, also strategy. But I would say try State of Decay 2. I like that one. Zombie community builder game. It's a shooter. It's a melee game. It's an action game.
Okay,
it has like
cool.
some RPG stuff to it a little bit, and like it's a community building where you like try to you try to take over an area. There's other communities you interact with. It's fun. It works well. And there has the gimmick is kind of like there's a finite number of like resources. That's State of Decay, because you're not making anymore. So unless you start making more stuff, eventually you can't find it. Like you have to grow your own food, because there's not just cans of tuna everywhere. Are you playing Journeys? You're about me. That's awesome. Those are some of my go-to games of the Total War games. But there's also great mods for the earlier Total War games. There's a fantastic one called Third Age, and it's all Lord of the Rings.
Oh, really?
Any of the cultures from those stories, and yeah, it's pretty cool. Someone just made it. Like, that's a mod. It's a life-altering mod it would take to make something like that.
What's the song?
How about you, Copa? What would you say? Essential by?
That's a Total War game. So that was for Medieval 2. That was one of the mods for that. But people put a ton of time into those, and they're way bigger than the base game. That's how much work they put into them.
Okay. I would say the most recent game. We'll go back to Red Dead 2.
Okay.
It's like if you're playing on PC instead of like a console, like it's visually striking. It's pretty insane, like how much the single player looks on PC compared to like the console games or the consoles. And it's just a really wonderful, fully fleshed out story. And then on top of that, the world that they created in this is fantastic. Even though like I really didn't like going into Louisiana, like that portion of the game was kind of boring to me, but the rest of it was fantastic. I really like this game. I wish they would remake 1 to look just as well as this did.
They've been teasing that, or do a PC release.
Yeah. But that's the thing is like, I'll never buy a piece like unless they update it, not reskin it or anything. But if they update the graphics, I'll buy it, but I already own it. So
right.
There's no point in me buying a game twice, but yeah, I say Red Dead 2.
Maybe
just for the single. Yeah. The single player is just fantastic.
Cool. Nice. Well,
I don't know. Did you play Red Dead 1? Red Dead
No,
Redemption?
I haven't. There we go. I say I've been out of games for years.
It's a different tone than the first one too, or Red Dead Redemption. Completely different tone. But once you get sucked into that tone and really get into the groove of it, it's pretty good. One of the best. I rank it up there with Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater. Snake Eater is like one of my favorite games, if not my favorite game.
Metal Gear Solid, yeah. You have Nos like talk about that in a sec. So before we finish, Zaxx, you've got a stream. Do you having a stream tomorrow? Are you having a celebration stream?
We're having Circle of Jerks. We can celebrate there, sure. We got some stuff to EFAP, and it's gonna be. I've got some Hunter stuff. Got some stuff from Copa. Got some Ruben stuff. Got some Campia stuff. So we got lots to go through. We'll see how much we actually get done, but there's some good stuff to share a laugh about. And that's tomorrow, 11:30 Central. And
is that on your channel this time?
Yeah, it's on Zaxx.
Cool.
Zaxx is back in action.
Zaxx back, baby.
Yeah, so I have to get that out there too, so people know. Now I don't know if I should have to do like a dual stream and then cut off one, or just go with Zaxx. We'll see.
I think you should actually. Yeah, that just hit me. Like everybody's been going to Zaxx Tube.
Yeah,
you did such a good job getting everybody over to Zaxx Tube.
Only so then go back over here.
Yeah, like go back over here where I get money.
Forgotten about Zaxx. Zaxx? No, that's old news, that channel.
I
I
know.
thought that channel was dead.
Give me Zaxx Tube.
Zaxx Tube is the real shit. I'm gonna use both. I don't know exactly how yet, but probably one will be for shorts and where I'll put live streams after we've done them, and then clips, and then the actual live streams on the other.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Cooler booler. Copa, how about you? Are you doing a movie review stream on Monday or Sunday night? Say it's Monday my time.
I should have the creator review out by Sunday or Monday, and then I'm not sure when I'm going to drop the One Piece review, but that's coming out probably back to back, like maybe a couple days later.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, I've just been like going crazy with the reviews here, and that's about it. That's all I got going on. There should be a Sanctuary review after that, and then a Gran Turismo review after that. Because I keep hearing great things about Gran Turismo, so I'm really looking forward to watching it. And it just released on video, so I'm looking.
Oh, really? Already? Wow.
Yeah,
that's fast.
Yeah, it was fast. But like everybody that did actually go see it in the theaters, I haven't heard a negative thing about that movie yet.
Mm.
And it's based on a true story.
That's cool.
Isn't that crazy? Like,
unbelievable.
Guy fucking learns how to drive a car with a video game and wins the chance to fucking race and wins.
No way.
Yes.
Yeah, that's cool.
Copa absolutely hated Ready Player One. Nas, I fucking can't stand that. I couldn't stand the book.
It's horrible. The book's terrible too.
Oh, like I don't even know why I kept flipping the pages. Like I got 100 pages deep into that thing. I was like, I don't understand why I'm going to 400, but I'm doing it. I'm going to make it to the end. And sure enough, there was no payoff to that book. And then the movie was like, once again, bad CGI for an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Never finished the movie. The book, I don't know why I finished it. It was
didn't
such a hot thing at the time, wasn't it? There wasn't hardly any story. It was just like, remember this, remember this, remember this, remember this. That was it.
It was just a book of member berries. I couldn't fucking stand it. And then like half the shit was like you had to be a really big video game nerd to really figure out where he was coming from. Because there's a lot of references where I'm like, I have no idea what the fuck he's talking about.
And I'm old, like I missed most of a lot of it.
We had one of those computers that you put the game in a cassette. Like the game came in a cassette. Okay, yeah. Like we had that, and we had the Atari 2600, and I still didn't know what the fuck this dude was talking about. But yeah, I cannot stand. And then he came out with
don't read it, Zaxx. If you
Ready
haven't,
Player
don't.
2.
No,
there's Ready Player 2. It's out there, and he's made like millions of dollars on this shit. On member berries.
That's what's so annoying.
What are we doing wrong, Gray?
Never mind.
We should make a member berries
comic
book.
Books. Yeah. Being positive. That's what I'm doing wrong. This has been awesome. Zaxx and Copa, thank you. Thank you for joining me.
Yeah.
Thanks, Gray.
And
Copa, do you have a show Sunday?
I don't know, dude.
A Yo show?
I don't know.
No.
I would love to. I would love to do a channel. Here's the thing: is like I'm like, let's do a channel anniversary stream, and then I'm like, dude, that kind of feels lame. I don't know why. I don't know why. I like being on everybody else's channel Because it is like a whole thing. Like, hey, do you guys want to come and celebrate my channel? See, no one does.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Who fucking gives a shit? No one
Fuck
gives a
it,
shit.
do
I don't
it.
even.
We give a shit, Copa.
Of course we do.
Okay. Well, should I
Just
dry
because
the
everyone
tears?
can't stand you, Copa. Come on. Of course we'll turn up. Right, Zaxx?
Yeah, I'll be there.
I'll definitely be there. No, seriously. Copa, next time I get a Monday off, I'd love to come on your Sunday review show and do like something like either Blade Runner or Excalibur, or has Zaxx already claimed Excalibur? I can't remember.
No, he
claimed
300.
300.
Oh, that's right. Yes, I got a chance.
When I thought it was
Fancy
going to be
Excalibur.
Braveheart, I was like, "Oh, dude, that's going to be Braveheart. That's Braveheart night."
That's
And he's
flaccid,
like,
isn't it?
300.
Or we could do with Nail and I, if you can bear it. It's very British.
Yeah.
With Nail and I.
Yeah. No. I love With Nail and I.
That would be cool. I'd love to do that.
I bet Jana would love it too. I don't think she's seen it, but
Copa has a channel, says your Barmy. I think he's trolling, but come on,
It's really
your
Jana's
Barmy.
channel.
yeah, it's Jana's channel, dude.
It's Jana's.
She's the face and the talent.
The face and the feet.
I just have the time to record stuff, okay? Or it would be her too. She'd be making the reviews.
What else is there?
No.
Okay, guys. Thanks a million times for watching. I really appreciate it. I never know how to end these things. Where are we? This has been Gray, Zaxx, and Copa on Wakizashi's Teahouse, having a good chat. Now I want to buy Red Dead Redemption and Gun and the Blade Runner games. What have you done to me?
You got so
See
much to
you
play.
in a future video. Take it easy.